new champ, new pretty much main event for Royal Rumble, and also tag titles were debuted last night in another Bliss segment or talk show, a moment of Bliss talk show. So we'll touch on that. But let's get to the big news which happened last night, which was Braun Strowman being taken out of the world title match against Braun Strowman. Well, again, thank you everybody for
Brock.
joining us. I'm excuse me, yeah, Braun Strowman versus Braun Strowman against Brock Lesnar. To kind of set you up on what happened, Braun came out and said Brock has always been afraid of him and was constantly looking over his shoulder at SummerSlam when he was about to cash in the money in the bank, and said if it wasn't for Corbin, he would have beaten him at Crown Jewel. He says he's all healed up and he will take the Universal title from Brock. And that's when we get the lovely Baron Corbin, everybody's favorite, coming out to interrupt Braun Strowman. What did he say? Corbin mocks Braun for losing to Brock in under 5 minutes and tells him he will never beat Brock. Says he will win the Royal Rumble and main event WrestleMania. And that's when we get Braun chasing after Baron Corbin. He's looking for him backstage. We got a nice little segment with Elias who sings to Braun where Corbin was at. I thought that was a nice little placement for Elias. Like I kind of got a nice little chuckle out of that. But Braun finds him. He's inside Vince McMahon's limo where they showed Vince pulled up at the beginning of Raw. And we saw kind of the old throwback Braun Strowman where he started wrecking havoc, beating the crap out of the limo, and then end up turning it over onto its side. And Vince McMahon wasn't too happy about that. Vince yells at him and gives him a fine for $100,000.
No, that was after that.
No, yeah, after all that, what he did to his limo.
No, after he pulled the door off. Then he got mad and flipped it.
Then he flipped the car. Yes, exactly. Braun says this is a piece of crap limo and it's not worth that. And then we get the bombshell, and Vince says he is out of the Universal title match at the Royal Rumble. So I was like, okay, interesting to see that they're taking out Braun Strowman. There's a lot of speculation on if Braun is still not cleared yet or if it's from last week because apparently he forgot his lines during that promo between him and Brock. Not sure exactly what's up with that. I'm sure by Saturday night on our show we will have the dirt sheet news and we'll touch on that. But what did you think of the opening segment and Vince McMahon taking out Braun from the main event?
You know, now that you brought that up, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, you're good.
It makes me think like maybe Braun kind of fell out of favor with Vince McMahon. And that's why, or he could still be hurt. Maybe I'm wrong. He might still be hurt. I don't know. But it does seem like it's kind of they're trying to recycle and go back to Braun what he used to be, and it's not working. I mean, honestly, I didn't really care whether one way or another. I mean, that Braun was taken out of the match. It's like, oh, Finn Balor versus Brock actually is more interesting. Couldn't care less about Brock versus Strowman again. But yeah, go ahead.
No, go finish what you're saying.
Okay. I was going to say the whole Corbin thing. I could definitely see Corbin getting eliminated early in the Rumble and just saying, I wasn't ready. You know, and it's just going to go like that'd be Corbin's thing.
I'm just not. Like, looks like we're going to probably get Strowman and Corbin feuding for a little bit. If it looks like Strowman is not on maybe Vince's good side or if he's just going to be moved away from the title picture itself.
You know, I actually hope Finn. I know we're not there yet, but I really hope Finn Balor wins and beats Brock, just because all the Rollins fans will get so pissed off.
The fans in general will get pissed. No, I mean the type of shit I've been hearing since Balor won the number one contendership. It's been funny, but let's continue on with this whole thing. But let's get to the chat room real quick. Thank you everybody for joining us. Appreciate Bob Ruski, Justin, revisionist bookings in here. Dave is in here. Chris, Red Sox fan, Jeffrey Cross. Thank you for the super hearts. Artie's in here. Let's get to some of the chat. Finally, it's Balor time. Still no Braun versus Brock match, says Dave. Not cleared yet. Says revisionist booking. Injury didn't even matter. This was the plan all along, I heard, says Bob Ruski. I read on that a little bit. Spoil Leo Rush with the W. Are you talking about 205 Live or are you talking
Hey,
about
don't be
the
doing
IC
no
title?
spoilers on here for
Yeah,
205. Come on,
yeah,
man.
no 205 Live. Spoilers. He was just a placeholder. That's why they do their big man. That would be hilarious. That would be real funny over Balor winning. Let's get to that. So we had Vince McMahon come out and he's going to
Yep.
announce the.
Oh, we're going there. Okay.
Yeah, we're going to touch on this because this is the hot news coming out of Raw, other than the women's tag titles. And maybe
And
Bobby
Alexa
Lashley as
Bliss.
well, and
And
Alexa Bliss, and Corey Graves' face. Man, I put a tweet out that, and that shit blew up. But we'll
I
get on
see
that.
that.
Um, Vince McMahon's about to announce, I guess, the number one contender for Brock at Royal Rumble, and that's when we get "You
John
Can't
Cena, of
See Me."
course.
John Cena himself comes out and mentions all the names and the big names that left, and talks about Vince giving him chance after chance throughout the years. He asks Vince to give him a chance to beat Brock at the Royal Rumble and says he is what no one else has: ruthless aggression. Remember
Oh
him.
boy. Oh yeah.
What's the big question? I didn't see it, Red Sox fan. I'll rewrite it in the chat room, man. Um, he goes up to Vince and says that Cena and says Cena's time is up and his time. Oh, I'm sorry. It ended up Drew McIntyre coming out and says, "How dare Cena come out and says he has ruthless aggression?" He goes up to Vince and Cena and says Cena's time is up, his time is now. And then we get Baron Corbin of all fucking people coming out and trying to state his claim at a title shot. He says his life was threatened earlier and he wants a shot at Brock. And then the surprise. I kind of was shocked to see him come out, which was Finn Balor. Comes out and says he says that he is tired of being left out of these things. He says he's the only person here who has been Universal Champion. And that's when we get Vince calls Finn a great competitor, but he doesn't know about him. Vince says he has never believed in him. Finn says Vince has never believed in him. Finn calls him stubborn and says he'll show Vince what he is made of. He also said beef a couple of times, insinuating, Corbin, McIntyre, and Cena. So that's when the match was made. We got the Fatal 4-Way between Balor, Cena, Corbin, and McIntyre. But before then, Jinder Mahal confronts Vince McMahon backstage and says
after that.
Well, yeah, after that, before the match for the Fatal 4-Way, we had Jinder Mahal confront Vince and says he is upset that he wasn't considered for the Fatal 4-Way. He says he would have came to the ring if he was intending to sing after Braun attacked him. So then Vince says, "All right, you want to shout out the Fatal 4-Way? Beat Finn Balor, and you'll get into the Fatal 4-Way match." Well, Jinder Mahal faces Finn Balor. I think I saw someone put on Twitter that he has wrestled Jinder Mahal on Raw like up to 1,000 times already. What beef does Baron have exactly? So we get Jinder Mahal versus Finn, and I'm thinking they're doing it. They're going to do this. They're going to have Finn Balor win this match and win the Fatal 4-Way. It's that classic stacking the odds up against one person. Finn Balor already being small, we all know, and then kind of playing up the ribs and stuff like that. So he's going to have two matches in one night. So I'm like, all right, they might actually do this. So Finn Balor defeats Jinder, gets to the Fatal 4-Way, and Finn Balor pulls off the upset, I guess you could say, and pinning John Cena at that. And then we get the little John Cena speech at the end saying, no one's, believed in you, but you got a believer out of me, and, kick ass or Royal Rumble. Kind of, paraphrasing a little bit, actually a lot. So Finn Balor versus the Beast, Brock Lesnar at Royal Rumble. So, man, the outrage of some people of Finn Balor actually facing Brock Lesnar has been an uproar on Twitter. And a lot of people are not necessarily happy it's Finn Balor taking on Brock. They much would rather have had Drew McIntyre take on Brock at Royal Rumble. But here's my question for you, Dave. Would you have rather see Drew versus Brock where Drew is probably going to lose? Or would you rather see Finn, who might become the demon, to take on Brock and possibly lose as well against Brock Lesnar at Royal Rumble? I think you would like to, what my opinion on is that they don't want Drew to take a loss yet. They don't want him to face Brock because obviously
Well, he
they
already
don't have
has
any.
taken a loss.
Well, they don't want to lose that type of motive, that steam going into Royal Rumble and to WrestleMania with him losing already a title shot to Brock. They want to save that. So they're not going to have that at Royal Rumble. So why not have Finn Balor, a match we haven't seen before, against Brock and see how it goes? We all know Brock isn't losing. Obviously, it's going to be Brock versus probably Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. But why not this match? I don't understand the outcry on this match. I get it. Finn Balor is small, but so was Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan was also small, and he was still able to have a pretty damn entertaining match with Brock. Now I know Balor is a little bit smaller, but I can see if he's the demon, being able to do
Yeah,
stuff to Brock.
yeah, but there's a big difference. I think that there's a difference because the momentum that was behind Daniel Bryan, if you're comparing the two to that run that both say Bryan had to what Balor's going on right now, it's completely different. I think because Bryan had such a huge momentum with fans and
Peace.
everything behind him. Balor's kind of reminds me of last year's Elimination Chamber when it was like three guys will start the chamber, and Balor got in there only just to lose. So I mean, I don't know if Balor's just going to go in there to lose. It would be funny. I think it would piss a lot of people off if Balor wins and goes
Oh
on to
my
say
god!
face Rollins for the
Imagine
Universal title.
if Balor beat Brock. Would that be more of an outrage if Balor beat Brock, or I couldn't even compare it, but
That it would be an outrage that it was Rollins who beat Brock because all the Rollins fans want him to beat Brock and to win the title and be the next guy and all that. So yeah, what a lot of stuff to cover when you just talked about. So I mean, the segment it was interesting. The promo
what's
they
up,
did
what's
and
up, the
all this
Mantis?
Corbin stuff, and I did see this match last night too. So I mean, it was a good match. And man, come on, John Cena needs to talk to Corbin. He needs to talk to Shawn Michaels. Hey, what kind of barber can he use? Because go on, get a haircut. I mean, because your bald spot is showing every time you move
Let
around the
John live
ring.
his life, man. Let John live his life.
I mean,
He's been through it all.
it's a,
Let him just do whatever the hell he wants, man. And yes, the ball spot is very noticeable, but just let the man live. He put on a
I
good
see. Did
match
you
last
guys
night as well,
that
and put over Balor.
picture going around on Twitter with John Cena turned into Ernest? I mean, that was great. But yeah, um, yeah, it was a good match. I guess I really wasn't too surprised Cena won because or Cena, yeah, Cena. Balor won, I guess, because it's like you said with that match earlier happening. It seemed like that. Okay, they're going Balor right now. It's for some reason. It seems like Strowman can't go, so they're gonna give it to Balor. Make the fans here, you guys. We're giving you new matches. Not really. If you want to look at the Royal Rumble card, it's not really that new, but okay. But I mean, yeah, I mean, good for them. I mean, a good match, two good matches on Raw. I think the Intercontinental title match we'll probably get to, I assume.
Yes.
But I mean, yeah, the Fatal 4-Way was really good. I enjoyed it, and yeah, I could have done without that segment though. I mean, do we really need that what 15, maybe 20 minute segment? Or them just all out there? No, I should get the title shot. No, I should get the title shot. No, I should get the title shot. Give me the title shot. I mean, do we really need all that?
Yeah, when it's a 3 hour show, you're allowed to do that
I
type
know
of
you could
thing.
have put on some matches instead of just like, oh, we got to do another 20 minutes of just talking. The opening segment was the same thing. Get Braun out of the match and then do those stupid screenshots of him picking up a limo, air quotes, and flipping it over. Yeah.
He's not clear to wrestle, but he's clear to flip limos. That's for sure.
Yeah, right?
It was kind of just awkward to see Strowman taken out 2 weeks
It was surprising.
before the Royal Rumble itself, and I'm guessing they were hoping, like Bob Aruski put in the chat earlier in the show, this was the plan all along, which is just weird that they take Strowman out a week, or excuse me, 2 weeks before the actual Rumble
I'm
itself.
sorry. If this was the plan all along, then why have him even win that TLC match if this is the plan all along?
I don't know. I just don't know.
Like,
Maybe
what sense does that make?
I just
To
think
me, it makes
maybe
zero sense.
they thought what I kind of read online, and take this with a grain of salt, that they did this kind of like what they did with Evolution, where they they announced the match between Bliss and Trish, and then eventually changed it. And then
Oh,
they did the same thing with at the Royal
you
Rumble
threw me off.
with Braun and Brock to, I guess, gain,
Yeah.
sell tickets and stuff like that, and then change it 2 weeks before the actual Royal Rumble itself. It's just kind of weird timing of all this this mess, but it is something new. We haven't seen this match, and I know a lot of people may not be looking forward to it because it's a very unbelievable match. If you want to go and a reality, Balor should not stand a chance
Oh,
against
what
Brock
about?
Lesnar.
Hey, it's not fair to do that though. Because what about AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan? Should they stand a chance against Brock? I mean, when you look at AJ Styles and Brock, you're thinking, "Oh, great, they're going to just squash AJ." But you see the same thing with Bryan too. But they ended up being two good matches. They weren't just like okay. So it
Balor, I'm
depends
not
how
sure
Brock
weight
shows up.
size between Daniel Bryan and
And what
and
about
Balor.
AJ and Brock?
Well,
I mean, they
AJ
have to
AJ
be
is still a kind of, he's not a big guy, but he's not no slouch. He's
him
not
and
Daniel
Balor
Bryan
have to be
size.
close.
Oh,
Him and,
Daniel Bryan and
or
Finn
not
Balor are
Bryan,
probably the
but
better
AJ.
comparison.
Oh,
And
you think
I
so?
just just yeah, I don't know, man. I'm just curious to see how this match plays out because, in all honesty, like, Balor shouldn't stand a
He
chance
has
against
to
Brock.
become the demon. He has to be.
The only way to make this even slightly believable, and I'm not dogging Balor because I'm a Balor fan, is to have him become the demon. Because
Yeah,
when he's the
exactly.
demon, he's this different person, and when it's like, when the odds are against him, he pulls out the demon, and he usually is successful. Now, if he pulled out the fucking demon for fucking Baron Corbin, then you would have to think that he's gonna pull out the demon against Brock. So we'll see what
I
happens. and
forgot about that.
and the thing is too, is it's at a baseball stadium. It could
Yeah, I kept hearing
it
that. It
could
is.
it could
That's
look
weird.
it I mean, the whole demon entrance and everything will be awesome if they do go that route, but that's the only way that you can make this match seem believable at all, because the weight, the size, this everything about this
Yeah, it was
match.
kind of.
Brock should be able to beat Balor in 10 seconds. Bell rings, F5, game over. You know? That's how it should
Yeah,
look.
I mean, I don't know because I think him and AJ are fairly similar in size, and they didn't have AJ. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm overlooking
You
it,
are,
but
yeah, there's, if you look at him, AJ Styles is a lot bigger than Finn Balor.
he
And
can't be much bigger than Finn Balor.
Finn Balor is like a twig compared to AJ Styles. They may be the same height, but Balor is just built differently. And
Okay.
you gotta gonna use pull out the demon in the bedroom. That's a good one.
So you're saying like Rhino stands a better chance against Brock than Finn
Yes,
Balor? Oh
realistically,
wow.
yes. You got to think about it. I know it's wrestling, and you're supposed to think outside the box, but realistically, Rhino, yes, would have a better chance against
Wow.
Brock than Finn Balor. Yes, I know, as silly as that sounds. Yeah, Balor should not stand a chance
So
against Brock.
Connor would have a better
Yes,
chance against
yes,
Brock.
realistically, yes, yes, realistic. If you're thinking about it realistically, and I know we're
We're
not
just gonna
supposed
name
to,
guys. We're
you
just
know,
gonna name random guys.
so that is exactly why that they need to pull out this demon, because they're gonna already think, next week on Raw, they're already gonna say, how is Balor gonna defeat him? Blah blah blah. And I'm sure they won't even announce that he's gonna be the demon. He's just gonna come out as a demon, maybe kind of catch, Brock Lesnar off guard with it, get in his head a little bit. I'm just really curious to see how they book this match. Now,
I know you can't really go say this because of the speculation this guy's under right now, but hey, Finn Balor can use that line that someone else used to use with no chin a lot. Any man with two fists has a fighting chance.
let's see. Let's go. Yeah, there you go, Lemon. Absolutely. 40 plus round. Yes, I'll be at the Royal Rumble, and I hope he Lesnar smashes his
Dude,
ass.
that's crazy. I
Enjoy
was
the
gonna
Royal
ask you
Rumble,
that.
man. Have fun at the Royal Rumble. That's one of the best pay-per-views to go to.
I
What was
kept
that?
hearing them dropping that, like, oh, is that some kind of field? And I'm like, so this is outside? It's gonna be. Has the Royal
Yeah, it's
Rumble
in a
ever been
baseball stadium.
outside?
What I've
Has it
been
ever been
reading,
outside before?
what I've read up on it is It's going to be in the Diamondback Stadium, and every person that's in the Royal Rumble, they're going to be coming out of the dugout, which is pretty
That's
sweet.
cool. I
Yeah,
mean,
they're gonna be coming running out of the dugout. Yeah, it's pretty sweet how they're gonna do it, and I'm looking forward to
the
see how the
demon,
setup looks.
the demon needs to come out of the bullpen.
You're a little bit. I can't hear you, Dave.
Oh my bad. How's that?
Better.
Okay. The demon should come out of the bullpen.
Oh my god, I'm just curious to see how they pull this out. Pull out the demon starring Ron Jeremy and gender KO'd Finn for real. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's like I'm saying, it's a match we haven't seen before. It's an interesting match because you're not sure what you're going to get out of it. You're not sure if you're going to get, if the demon's in it, it's going to be pretty cool, I think. But that's the only way he stands a chance against his big ass Brock
Can you
Lesnar.
imagine Triple H pitching this to Vince McMahon? Just like Finn Balor versus Brock Lesnar. Vince is probably just laughing the whole time. Like, what?
Lesnar versus Lashley will never happen, even though it's best for business. Yeah, that's a match we were hoping to see once Lashley was brought back into the WWE. Tony on the theory, Big Show, it should be 50-0. Yes, I know. On that theory, yes, Big Show should never lose. I absolutely agree with you, but it's you got to kind of think realistically. When you look at Finn Balor, as much as a lot of people love him, and I'm a fan of him too, there's no way he should beat Brock Lesnar.
Is it because the way you think of it like the way the WWF was taught us to think, like big guys versus big guys, Andre and Hogan, two big guys facing each other for the world title, and this is like Ricky the Dragon Steamboat versus Andre the Giant. I mean, that's pretty much what it is.
DX said I heard it was Triple H called to push Finn, not Vince.
Well, yeah. No, duh.
Elias versus Brock, please book that shit, Vinny O'Mac. I don't know. It just seems like kind of weird for Strowman, too, now. He was brought into this mix. He was going to face Brock for the title. Probably wasn't going to win, but now he's taken out. Like... Two questions for you.
Okay.
Do we see Braun in the Royal Rumble? Or do we see Braun maybe possibly getting involved in this Brock Lesnar and Balor match?
Yeah, no, that would be interesting. Are we going to see a Goldberg thing? You remember how it happened where Eddie won the world title, but it was because Goldberg speared Brock, and then he hit the frog splash to win 1, 2, 3. Is that how we're going to see Balor win the title?
Oh my God! Imagine
something like that, where Strowman cost him the match, and then it's Balor as champion.
I just
kind of like that moment. Like, can you believe this happened?
You're going to end the night with Balor with the champ and the championship, and remember when Braun had Braun, man. That was another guy that we've been talking about. It seems like
McIntyre took his spot, you know what?
McIntyre definitely took Braun's spot, but Braun, to me, they should have had this guy either in the championship. Well, he was in the picture, but it was just in a tough time with the whole, Roman Reigns being the champ, and they just never really gave him a shot at holding the title just to see how things would go.
He needs a reboot. He really does. He needs to go away for a while and possibly even go to SmackDown, away from everything on Raw, and just do something different on them. You know what I'm saying? He needs a reboot and a refresh. Go away. I mean, it would do him good. I know it may not his pocket that good, but it would do him great deal. It would do him so well because he would so well if he could go away for like a month.
Better up Braun for WrestleMania. I'm just curious. Like, would you guys be shocked to see if Braun shows up and maybe gets involved in this match? It's going to be interesting.
Yeah,
I know.
I think it could happen. That's what I think. It would be just like the Eddie beating Brock thing. We had the small guy who it was just like that when people were talking about that back then. Eddie Guerrero doesn't have a shot against Brock Lesnar. He's too big. If they want to go I'm not saying no. Balor's not Eddie Guerrero. I'm just comparing the situations, but I'm just saying that. Right. A smaller guy against Brock Lesnar and have someone come in and mess up Brock. 1, 2, 3. Balor is your champion.
It's just weird. Like,
it's possible.
I just want I want Balor to win just to see what happens. Like, if they have Balor win, what's the what's the story leading up to that after that? I'm sure Brock. Because remember, no automatic rematches is no more.
Yeah, tell that to
Nakamura. Right. So it's gonna be very interesting to see what they do. Obviously, Brock's probably going to beat Balor. at the Royal
And
Rumble.
I'm pulling
So
for Balor because I want to see Twitter, the fans of Rollins, just start crying all
you
over
mean
Twitter
are you
after
talking about Texas Kid for Life? An example? Are you calling him
not
out?
just him, but other Rollins fans are the same way. We're like, oh, Rollins should beat Brock Lesnar. He's going to beat. They've been saying this all year. Rollins is going to beat Brock Lesnar and win the title and become the new guy.
Look how many times Ray beat the big guys. Yeah, that's true. I mean, we got Ray Mysterio who's overcome the odds as well. So, but again, I don't. What's no? It's probably different times. He was probably about the same size as Balor back in the day. Braun has to face
Yeah,
USADA next. Yeah, that's the yeah. That's his number one fear is them. So yeah, we got Brock and Balor at Royal Rumble. We'll touch more about it on Saturday once some more news
and
and
there is
notes comes out
reports
about
out
this
there
match.
that Brock wanted to face Balor.
Yeah, but you know, it's again, that's the dirt sheets. We don't know what to believe. Balor,
I said it was reports out
yeah,
there. I didn't say it's
reportedly, you
true.
know, Meltzer, everyone's favorite Meltzer's already said that this was the match. That's what I was stating that they announced this match, the Braun and Brock to sell tickets, and then they were going to end up switching it anyways because you know it's the Royal Rumble. I think more people are going there to watch the Royal Rumble itself to experience that more than you know to see Balor and Brock. To be honest, but it's going to be an interesting match. Now, do you think that main events?
Oh, I don't you almost got to do the Rumble main eventing, the Rumble pay per view, one of them at least. Because last year I think it was the women's Rumble that main evented the show,
I believe it was the women's that main event
and then
last year.
Ronda came out and took the spotlight and all
Yeah,
that.
Ronda
Yeah,
Rousey. Ugh. Yeah, so it would
that was the
maybe it's
debut of
yeah.
Ronda.
Royal Rumble is going to be sponsored by FarmersOnly.com. Well, let me tell you something,
No, it's
brother.
going to be
There's one
sponsored
man
by
that can beat Brock, and
Glass.
that's Elias. Yes, Glass and Temptation
It's,
Island. My God, dude, I get it. Temptation Island is on USA Network, but do we got to get a fucking commercial for Temptation Island every commercial break? And then we're getting fucking edgy storylines because of Temptation Island. That's the only reason why we got what we got tonight between
really?
Naomi. I mean, seriously,
Because of that? Oh,
I,
I get it. I get it. Okay,
right with the
Temptation Island
and then you
about
go
tempting. Yeah,
yes, and then Glass. I don't even want to fucking see the movie now. How many times they talked about it last night? Ugh, ugh.
I get it now.
Let's move on. So
You
we
think
got
they did? I did. You think they did this whole storyline because of that show?
yes. Well, I don't know about. I think what they did tonight, yes. And the
Uh,
funny thing was Naomi and Mandy Rose was actually a storyline I was kind of interested in to see where they would go with it. But I would have rather have had Otis show up at the hotel than what we got tonight with Naomi popping up
okay,
in a
we'll
neon
get
jumpsuit.
there. Let's continue on.
Yeah,
We
let's
got some other
continue
things to
on. We
talk
got
about.
Dean Ambrose, Bobby Lashley, Seth Rollins for the Intercontinental Championship.
Stay tuned. We also got topless Alexa Bliss, so stay
My
tuned.
man, the almighty Bobby Lashley pulls out the win with a little bit of help from Leo Rush as well.
What are you talking about?
Bobby Lashley, the
I
new
know, but
inter.
Leo didn't do anything.
Well, he pulled the rope, knocks. I think he took out Seth,
I
and
My TV must have went out because I didn't see that part.
so Bobby Lashley is the new Intercontinental Champion. So
Finally,
yeah,
a
finally he got
champion, an IC champion that Raw fans
right.
can be proud of.
Okay, all right, fair enough. Your thoughts,
Yo, you know
Bobby
what this?
Lashley
You
is
know
the
what
new
this
champ.
is? This all this is Bobby. Here's a title. Please don't leave and go to AEW. I mean, that's. I mean, I don't know
Ah,
if he signed a multi-year contract or just 1 year, but
yeah,
all of a
exactly what
sudden
man is.
he's been there like a year, and not even almost coming up on a year after the WrestleMania, and all of a sudden he got the title. Just as that, if it is a year contract, which it's probably more than that, but I mean,
Lashley,
he's the
yes,
champion all of a sudden.
Lashley, the almighty Bobby Lashley is your Intercontinental Champion. I can't. I'm actually kind of shocked because the way they were booking Lashley from
I know, right?
the Sami Zayn shit to the to the Lashley
I
sisters
know him just losing
to
to
him
like
bending over and smacking his ass to him finally winning gold. Like I
you
know
know
we
because
kind
he
of
just
touched
came off a loss.
right,
Okay,
and I know we kind of touched on it like 2 weeks ago. Mainly, I brought it up was that do you think Leo Rush, you know, kind of brings down Bobby Lashley, seeing
yeah,
that the size and height differential. You're having Leo Rush yell at Bobby Lashley and stuff like that. But I think we
And
can
now,
all admit in the chat, and you may not like Leo Rush, people, but he has done wonders for Bobby Lashley since he's joined him.
yeah, but that's only because now he's the IC champion. Before, if this feud had lost another match, because he just lost to Elias. I mean, nothing against Elias, but Bobby Lashley was looking big going into this whole thing, being Corbin's little side boy or whatever, his buddy out there, and now he's the IC champion out of nowhere. Which it's strange that all of a sudden it made him the Intercontinental champion out of nowhere.
Whoever had the idea to put Leo Rush with Lashley deserves a raise. Yeah, because they're like I could be being over exaggerating here, but they're kind of a match made in heaven. They really do click very well.
Yeah, they do.
And when Leo Rush does get involved into the matches, it's entertaining. Now you got people on Twitter saying they want Rollins versus Leo Rush in a match.
Oh, please. Rollins could not keep up with Leo Rush. Have you seen him wrestle? You know what I know people are going to hate this comparison, but this reminds me more of like an HBK and a Diesel relationship right here. It really does.
Hey, don't compare HBK to Leo Rush. You need to calm yourself.
I'm just saying, just the way
you need to calm yourself, Mr. Dave.
Okay, you know how Sean would get those sneaky shots in when Diesel was wrestling? That's what Leo kind of does with those sneaky little shots where you can't catch him because he's too fast. So he can get all these sneaky little cheap shots in.
Yeah, I'm happy for Bobby Lashley now.
Me too.
No more automatic rematches. So who's next for Bobby Lashley?
Probably Rollins.
When is Nicholas making his debut? Yeah, you would have to think that maybe there possibly won't be an IC title match on Royal Rumble or at Royal Rumble, should say, because
there's gonna be
Rollins and Ambrose are both in the Royal Rumble. They've already made their announcements that they're being in the Royal Rumble.
Isn't this strange though? That the U.S. title, which they have treated like crap the entire 2018, that's going to be on the Rumble. But yet the IC title, which has been the main focus of Monday Night Raw, won't be on the Royal Rumble probably. It could be. But, I mean, it's just, unless they're going to give it to Elias at the Rumble or something like that.
I mean, they could. It's a possibility. I don't think they're gonna. I don't think Bobby Lashley's gonna hold it for like 2 weeks and then lose it. I'm really curious to see what they do next with Bobby Lashley. Now, let's touch on Dean Ambrose just for a few seconds before.
Really good match though.
Yeah, it's triple threat match. I would definitely go back and watch that match if you didn't watch Raw last night. It was really good. Dean Ambrose, that IC title match, or excuse me, run.
That run
was the shits, man. My God, it started off great where we had him turn on Rollins. No. I'm talking about his heel turn.
Oh, okay.
And then, it started off great. I mean, it was a bad time to turn heel. Seeing what happened that night. So he had the extra heat going for him, and then week after week after week, it just seemed to get shittier and shittier and shittier. And then he wins the IC championship, and it got even worse. This can't look good for Dean Ambrose, don't you think?
I disagree because I blame whoever was doing the writing for this. They did a terrible job. And they did a terrible job booking some of these matches he had with the match around.
Right. Yeah. Got Dean Ambrose getting shots in his ass on TV.
I mean, what's going on here? I mean, this is some terrible writing and stuff. And you're making him sit out there with a fire and doing the whole. And I think, honestly, when they started mentioning, they even did it last night about, mentioning Roman's going through chemo and having cancer and stuff like that. And it's just like, I think that's what really took the out of this storyline right there, because it turned a lot of people off to this storyline right there. When they start using Roman going through chemo and to surrender the title to further along this storyline. So that made a lot of people uncomfortable. And I think that's what really happened to a lot of this. And plus, you put that match in a bad spot at, what was that, TLC?
Right. Well, and not only that, they used the Roman and cancer storyline to try to get fans to hate Dean Ambrose more, and it didn't work. So it's
saying he got this stuff saying he got cancer because of some stuff they did. I mean, that was just really tasteless.
Right? Yeah. I remember when he said that. That was a bit crossing the line. I agree with you on that, and it was probably poor taste for them to use that.
I think that turned a lot of people off. And then when they got when they just got booed out of the building and getting boring chants over and over at TLC because they just had to follow. What was it? Who did they follow? Brian and AJ?
I don't remember, but yeah, I do remember those boring chants. So not
Because the
looking
match
good
was in
for
a
Dean, in
bad
my
spot.
opinion, unless
Or
they move
Seth.
him to Smack. Well, I mean, come on, Seth Rollins right now. We get all these rumors that he's supposed to go in to win the Royal Rumble, to go on to WrestleMania, to face Brock, to beat Brock. We got all these rumors and news or innuendos about Rollins becoming the next big thing on Raw.
What has
So
Rollins done lately, though? Nothing.
I couldn't really tell you. I wouldn't say Rollins. I don't know, man. I think what we need, or and maybe I think you don't like Rollins in general. It's something fresh from Rollins and a new feud. We've had him feuding for Ambrose with Ambrose
Not
since.
just Ambrose, though. I mean, Ziggler, too. It's been the same. It's been Rollins and
But and
Ziggler.
yeah, I agree because when he's in a feud, he's stuck on a feud for months with the same person. It
And
it's
even
it's
before that, we were getting the freaking the the Shield reunion tour. I mean, it was the Shield was Strowman, McIntyre, and Ziggler for like
right.
3 months.
He's stuck. Exact. Creative has nothing for you. Exactly. He's stuck in feuds with certain guys for months, where they don't know what else to do with Rollins because like the IC title run that he had wasn't that great because he feuded with two people basically, and then you have the same thing with Ambrose. He had a IC title run, feuded with basically just Seth Rollins.
And
Had
he
one
loses the
other title
title in a
match
random
with,
triple threat match.
and it had one other IC title match with Apollo Crews. So it just seems like creative doesn't know what to do with certain people, so they just stick them in the feuds for quite a while. And with Rollins, this Royal
Yeah. I
Rumble
mean, look at
win
Ambrose.
will help him get something fresh. We'll probably get him facing Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. So let's go
So
on.
I mean, what happens though with? Let's go somewhere else really quick with this. What happened? I mean, really, like you said, Ambrose. I mean, what else is there to do with Ambrose? Send him back to SmackDown? I
And
mean, what do you do?
yeah, Rollins is better as a shithead bad guy. I agree with you. Back in 2015, when he was a heel, he was fantastic. Maybe it's time he go and go. Maybe it's time he can go to SmackDown for newer feuds. Are you talking about Rollins or Dean Ambrose, Bob Ruski? Either or would be nice.
But
Moving
more
on to
likely,
SmackDown Live.
they're going to take all the top Raw guys right now who are your big guys and
Excuse
put
me.
them on SmackDown just to make sure SmackDown is so big and legit for the Fox debut.
Eventually, it's going to happen, more than likely. Um, let's touch on a couple of more stuff that happened on Raw, which was the whole Alexa Bliss backstage segment where
Okay.
you have her. Uh, I guess an apprentice or whatever you want to call it is, finally giving her
Intern.
intern, excuse me, giving her her coffee. He's knocking on the
Dazzle.
door and she's not answering. So what does he do? Like a normal person
Walk
do, I
in.
guess. Just
Yeah.
walk in, right? No problem. Women's dressing room. Let's just walk in, and she's basically getting dressed. And yeah, the internet blew up. I've been hearing all types of comments about this segment. How dare they disrespect the women? How dare
Really?
they do this stuff to women? You got the women's evolution, and you're gonna have them half naked on TV. How
They're
dare
already
you
half
do
naked
this?
on TV.
And then you have other people who are enjoying it, kind of getting a little bit of an edgier side to it. I didn't
What do
understand
you
that.
think? What
No,
is your opinion about it?
no, I'm gonna get to the whole Otis and stuff. That was great. I don't have a
No, not that
problem
stuff.
with it, other than it was just a bit awkward. It didn't come off the greatest, but
Did it surprise you that they went there? It did me. I mean, I was like, wow, they're really trying to. That's as edgy as they're gonna get. I mean, that was still for 2019 and WWE PG era. I mean, that's pretty damn edgy compared to what we used to see.
what's
Not
up, Alex?
compared, but today's wrestling, like what we see,
Yeah,
like
she
on
hardly
Friday
still
night
being
on
walked in
Twitch.
on.
But
Right? Yeah, yeah. I mean, if you think that's bad that they're degrading women, then don't fucking watch Impact Wrestling because
I mean,
Scarlett Bordeaux does
Impact
that
Wrestling.
on
Oh,
a weekly basis, where she's
that's the
half
first time
naked
she's done that. But
and
yeah.
she's dressed very provocative in her lingerie and stuff like that. Then don't watch Impact. If you thought that was bad and that's offensive, then don't watch Impact Wrestling. Like what?
How is
I don't. Yeah, I just. It's the most
you know
viewed
what that
video on
tells me?
WWE YouTube. Yeah, it's
I
just
was gonna say that. I was just gonna mention. I just seen earlier that it had like 1.8 million views.
like I don't understand the backlash that. If you are offended by it and you're a woman, can you please let me know why? Because I didn't see any problems with it. It wasn't. I mean, it was just like what you would see on a TV show, watching a fucking show on HBO or something. So it just.
Oh, you get more of that on HBO. Come
Oh, I'm
on.
sure. Yeah, you get more skin on HBO or a talk show or not a talk show or soap opera or something like that. It was just
Yeah.
nothing too edgy to where you were like, oh my god, what am I seeing?
Yeah,
Sure,
I
she
mean,
showed some skin, but it wasn't nothing serious.
she didn't show any skin. All you seen is her back. That's all you seen. Her
Yeah, you
back
just
was the only thing you
exactly
seen.
right. And I
She had
was
her
like,
shirt covering her up. That was
just
it.
go watch that or click on the Twitter or the tweet that WWE did with the video and just read the comments and you'll see them. It happened tonight with the
I
Naomi
mean, I
and
know people are
Mandy
upset
Rose
about that.
segment. People were, oh, how dare they
Which
get
that, yeah.
women cheating on their husband or men doing this. It's like, what is going on? Like, what
I
is
told you,
what?
didn't I? I told you last week. People are upset about this storyline. They don't like it because we'll get there. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
that's
Don't go to a beach anymore. You see more down there now. Exactly. It's not like they are bringing back bra and pennies and pillow fat. Yeah, exactly. Just Vince showing his love for blondes. Yes. Now, was it weird? Was it kind of awkward? Sure.
but
But there was
dude. Well, we know why they're doing this because look, we got AEW coming
that was
around the
Bob Risky.
corner. To me, that's what this reminds is about because they know they got competition coming, and this is a way of saying, okay, those hardcore fans have still been with us who
Right,
missed the
Limansis.
Attitude Era days and stuff like
You
that. A
get
little more risque
they
TV.
give you a little bit of the attitude era and then people fucking flip. It's what do you
Yeah,
want, fans? Do you want an attitude where a little bit edgier content? Or do you want the fucking shit that we're getting in PG where they fight like over high school bullshit? You took my lipstick kind of thing. Like what?
yeah. I mean, that's stupid. Yeah, I mean, this is. I mean, what's wrong with what they did? Look, Alexa Bliss isn't wrestling at the moment, so she's doing other stuff to
Right.
get on
Yeah,
TV
that's
and
the
doing
only
other
thing.
things.
That's the only thing that if you wouldn't be upset about, it was awkward and really had no point in terms of anything. Right. That's the only thing that was probably the bad thing about that segment.
Oh,
Not
can
her
you
showing the
imagine?
backside of her skin or the back of
Oh
her
my
skin.
god, dude! Imagine if Sable was in today's world. They were doing what she. Remember when she was doing the
Yeah,
stuff she
when
was doing?
the handprints on
The
the titties.
yeah,
I remember that.
people would be flipping out today. I mean,
Right, yeah.
jeez.
Yeah. Oh my god. All right, so let's move on to um the moment of bliss segment, and then we'll get to Ronda Rousey. Oh god.
That was a moment of bliss,
The
though.
moment of bliss segment had Paul Heyman on there, where she finally announced the women tag team titles. They're there on the screen right there. They're pretty nice. Now
Those are the tag titles in WWE.
there's no red, there's no blue. They're right. They're
There's no
right. They're white.
Spartans.
So it's looking like they're gonna be, just on, they're gonna be flip flopping from Raw and SmackDown. They also announced
I
that
like
it's gonna
that.
be at Elimination Chamber, where there's gonna be 3 tag teams from Raw and 3 tag teams from SmackDown Live inside the Elimination Chamber itself. It smells clusterfuck to me because that's a
Yeah.
lot of people inside Elimination Chamber. But if you were gonna guess right now, Dave, on who wins the first ever women's tag team titles, I know it's been Sasha and Bailey since the rumor announcement was going to be made. Do you think they still go that route, or they did give it to someone else?
I think they go a different route because they're going to be the faces chasing. So after tonight on SmackDown, I think these two are winning the tag titles just because they seem to be pushing them a lot lately. And it would not surprise me that Vince wants Mandy on TV more. So I think Mandy and Sonya will probably win the tag titles. I could be wrong. People are going to hate that because they don't like her. A lot of people don't like Mandy. But that's the reason they're going to do it because people are not
The
liking Mandy
Bellas,
right now.
the Bellas
The
will win the
Bellas, oh my
titles.
God.
Or brand split could
Who do
end
you,
really
I,
soon. Now that's true, Bob Ruski.
but I do like the fact that the titles can be on both shows, so they can like go on both shows with
Imagine
the
if the
titles.
Bellas did show up on Raw next week and announce that they're going to be in the fans would be so pissed off if they did that. Now Sonya and Mandy is not a bad choice, and I get why people may not like Mandy. I think she's grown a lot since she's been debuted onto the main roster. Same with Sonya. They both have been really good since they've left Paige. I would not be upset if they won. I could they give it to the Iconics?
No, please no. I mean, it depends. You know what? If I'm still thinking, asking what? Oh my god, what if they go this route? Which I hope they don't. But what if you have Becky and Charlotte as a team part of
Oh,
SmackDown,
the man.
and
That's
they're the
the
tag team? And
one.
oh, it would make sense too. Say they win the tag titles, then they can go to Raw. Both can go to Raw and can both challenge Ronda.
Oh God, I don't think
You
anybody
know,
wants to see that.
I'm
Or,
just that's
I mean,
they can both
that's
go
a
to Raw.
scenario that they could do. Riot Squad, Sarah, maybe Liv and Sarah. If they don't put in Ruby, that's another possibility. Because
What about
obviously,
Ruby?
well, I mean, I don't know who they would
Oh,
put.
we didn't even talk about that yet. Some of
Yeah,
the
well,
debut.
we're gonna get
Okay.
onto that. We got two more
Okay, good.
segments that we have to touch on Raw.
Oh boy.
Now, the tag titles are beautiful. The probably
Dude,
one
for
of the
real.
best tag titles that they
Yes.
have on the roster, other than maybe the IC Championship. Very
I don't
beautiful
know.
titles.
I mean,
Um,
the women's tag titles don't even look like they're WWE titles.
I
They
wish
just
I knew it
don't.
would be me, Nikki Cross and Sarah Logan. What the
Nikki
Sarah Logan with
Cross.
that. Yeah, that's who Mike dropped once as tag team partners. Speeds, it's gotta be the revival for women's tag team titles. Wow, damn,
Maybe actually a title they can actually win. Maybe.
that's fucked up. That's fucked up. Um, yeah, the rival actually beat Lucha House Party this week too. It's gonna be interesting to see what route they go. I just hope the Elimination Chamber itself is not no big old clusterfuck because
It will be.
last year's was not that great
Which one
between
was that?
the women's Elimination Chamber match. Nikki
That was the
Cross and I called
women's.
up Dakota Kai to win it all. You can
Dakota
like you
Kai still hurt, I think.
can yeah, she's apparently hurt. Nikki Cross wants to play. Yes. Now let's touch on that before we get to Ronda and Sasha Banks because that was
Oh
shit.
boy. Oh
We
man,
had
speaking of
another
bad segment.
we had another 6 women tag match, and to kind of leads you up on it, it was Natalia and Bailey kind of blaming Ronda, blaming Sasha for their beef that they're having, even though they're supposed to be feuding. And all of a sudden, the Riot Squad comes up and challenges into the match and says, "If you can find a partner, we'll have a 6 women tag match." And I think everybody pretty much thought it was going to be Ember Moon. I thought it was going to be Ember Moon. Twitter was Ember Moon, all this stuff, and we got Nikki Cross. Not only that, they also announced that until they find a spot, that all the debuts or the call ups are going to be performing on both brands on
They missed an
SmackDown
opportunity tonight. They really
and
did.
on Raw. So,
Man, I'm so disappointed.
what did you think of the 6 women tag match, and how did you think Nikki Cross did?
That was awesome. Nikki Cross's reaction and kind of that sanity music, and that's they missed an opportunity on SmackDown. Having Nikki Cross and Sanity kind of reunite on SmackDown would have been freaking awesome. But that's neither here nor there. That never happened. So whatever. But yeah, I thought Nikki Cross did great, and I love seeing her and Ruby again because man, they had some great matches on NXT. Her and Ruby were like arch rivals, and it was just man, it was fun to see those two go at it again.
But you
But yeah,
thought
I
Nikki
mean,
held her own?
yeah, Nikki looked great out there. Nikki's awesome, and this new character, I love this. They're finally letting her be herself and talk, and I love it
Yeah, and also
because
the crowd was behind her as well. They weren't like quiet. Who the fuck is Nikki Cross? They actually were behind her. They knew who she was, and she got a nice little pop from the fans. So let's see what happens with
well,
Nikki Cross
what is
continuing.
it, Nick? Would you say this 2 months of video packages of building up these characters
Yeah,
did its job then?
yeah, I guess so. I would hope. I mean,
Because they knew who she was.
yeah, the men's chamber was bad. Oh, we haven't touched on the shitty backstage picture and picture of EC3. Oh, thank you, Young Graf, for the super hearts. I kind of fell behind on the chat. It wasn't scrolling down. EC3. Just in case you didn't see it, here's the intro of our video, and there's the picture right there. EC3 in the corner, right there. That's how they debuted him. He didn't talk. He was in line to get a title shot for Brock Lesnar. This can't
Is it
look good for
worse than how they did
EC3.
on SmackDown? I mean, come on. It's just
I don't.
posing.
He looked silly on SmackDown.
Yeah.
This can't look good
It
for
was,
EC3, right?
yeah. I mean, hopefully he does good. It was a nice little tease, though, because him and Joe, TNA fans will get it. That was more of a nod to the Impact / TNA fans because EC3 and Joe being there. So, yeah.
I thought it was funny where a lot of oh, Joe thought he was back at Impact when he saw EC3.
Yeah. He's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I thought that was funny. But yeah,
I think
EC3.
it would have been better if they would have. We'll get there. I'll get there. No, go ahead. Let's go back and Smack. Raw. So go.
It's not looking good. Twice he's been shown on TV and backstage segments. This can't. This can't be
So
good.
has Lacey Evans.
Yeah, but Lacey Evans, that's true. That's a fair point. But it seems like they don't want to put EC3 out there yet against someone, maybe because they don't want him to
Maybe they're afraid they
win yet, or I don't know. It just
if they go to a really hardcore wrestling town, I think he's gonna get those Derek Bateman chants.
Nikki's theme is freaking loud as hell. Live those screams. Oh yeah, definitely. Nikki Cross needs to be on SmackDown Live with Sanity. Dead was crowd when. Oh really? I didn't. I thought the crowd was dead when Nikki Cross came out. I would have to. I have to rewatch that.
I thought it sounded pretty good for her,
Oh,
but it could have been the music too.
But Bob Ruski had to remind me on EC3 shitty backstage segments, back-to-back nights. It's just can't look good for EC3. Why couldn't they just debut him at the Rumble? I don't.
Yeah.
Where the fans would have popped for him more than likely. He would have got a nice little, crowd reaction. Could have went in there, maybe throwing out a couple of guys like a Kurt Hawkins or something like that. No one big or huge. But no, they're just kind of ruining the character before he's even really had a match yet.
Yeah, they're kind of making him. I think he's going for a snob character, a heel.
What's DC3's character besides Jad Guy? What a potato nose. Yeah. I couldn't tell you, man. I wish I could. They kind of.
Are we going to see a new rivalry reborn or old rivalry reborn with him and Fandango?
Oh my god!
You remember that stuff?
Your first presence on camera needs to be memorable. Not this exactly. Absolutely. Tony, you're big on EC3. What's your ideal first up? I would have just had him debuted at the Rumble. Have him thrown out a couple of guys. Maybe one or two. Nothing too crazy. And then you go from there. I wouldn't even know what storyline to go from there. What's that? You would have him really do good at the Rumble?
I don't know about that, but I would have to do something else. When John Cena came back, have EC3 interrupt him when he came back doing that instead of Becky Lynch. If you would have had EC3 doing that, that would have been big for him because then you're setting him on. Maybe they don't think he's there yet, but to me, that would have been a cool little thing to do.
Here's my question for you, though. You don't think John Cena would have destroyed EC3 on the mic and in the ring?
I think EC3 is pretty good. Can hold his own on the mic, though.
He can, but it's WWE
Maybe not
now.
A John Cena, but yeah, that's true. I want to see him get back to the heel stuff where he was doing like when they chant "You can't wrestle" and he does the whole "I disagree, I'm very good." I mean, that's the kind of heel EC3 I want to see in WWE.
Yeah, where we want when we got an Impact with EC3. Same thing
which
with
we probably won't get it.
Right. Lars Sullivan, yes. We kind of touched that on Saturday. I'm not sure if these speculations are true or not, but take it, it's Dave Meltzer saying that he's been having anxiety attacks and he hasn't shown up for work, apparently. So it is what it is. I'm sure whatever push he was getting is slowly going down the mountain to sink in the water. It's not looking good for Mr. Lars Sullivan.
But why only let Nikki Cross have a match? I mean, you could have had one of the others have a match too.
I guess the placement of it, it's a 6-women tag match. I guess.
I know, but you could have had like heavy machinery come out and like do a tag match instead of that little stupid segment they did.
Oh, see, Bobruski has a good point. He says that he needs to come in as a heel, not a face. A face run, I think he'd end up like Bobby on Main. I agree with you.
A heel would be great for him. Yeah, I like him as a heel.
Lars was supposed to go over on John, so EC3 would have been a good replacement. I agree, but I just feel like WWE wouldn't have done that for EC3. I don't think they would have said, "All right, you know what,
soon.
EC3, go out there, Let's go have you do a promo with John and then beat him in a match. I just don't see that
Do you
happening. Even
think?
though John Cena probably would have done it.
Do you think they take? Do you think Vince takes it as an insult that he left and went to Impact and made a name of himself, and now he's going to make him
I
kind of
mean,
eat a little bit of dirt?
that's what he seems to do with a lot of these guys that form Impact that come back. He kind of gives them the
Well, except Drew.
except for Drew. Yeah, that's true. Drew is another story. Maybe EC3 will get that type of rub when he's actually finally shown up on Raw and or SmackDown, wherever they have him kind of debut. Hunter must have really
Now,
protected Lars in NXT if this is true, probably because Nikki Cross had a main roster debut already. That's true, DX. That is
yeah,
true.
they played
Against
one match.
Becky Lynch
Yeah.
on SmackDown, watch Lars enter and win the Rumble, right? Yeah, there you go. Oh, man. I'm not sure if fans would like that, but yeah, so much for anxiety attacks. I don't know what if it's true or not. You know, Lars performed in a lot of big shows for NXT at Takeovers, had title matches at Takeover. So, hey, what's up, Brennan? After how you doing tonight, man? I just don't, I don't understand this
Yeah, but
whole
I can
anxiety,
understand too
but it
because
could happen.
look at. I mean, I know Mauro Ranallo had some issues on the main roster too,
What's up,
and then
Maria?
he
Welcome to the show.
and that now he seems to be a lot more comfortable in NXT, and that's good. I'm glad. But I mean, there was also other
It's true,
situations.
yeah, it
Who
wasn't
knows?
easy.
But
It wasn't easy.
we don't know what kind of pressure and stuff is also on him backstage. You know, they say
Yeah,
who knows what kind of pressure can be
maybe
on.
they were going to skyrocket him to the moon, and he just wasn't ready for the pressure yet. Do we see Taker in the Rumble? I hope not.
Who knows?
But you never know these days with WWE to get that nice little pop for Taker since they want to throw him down our throats every time
Can
he
you
shows
imagine
up.
how cool? Now that would be a guy who'd get a slow entrance. All you think all the way from
Have
like the
Lars throw
bullpen.
out Taker, and let's see what happens there.
Oh,
What about Otis? That's yes. I
did you
forgot.
guys like this debut?
I liked it. I thought it was funny, man.
Man,
I thought
to me,
Otis was funny.
man, they just made. They went from. Well, I guess no one really considered them really a legit tag team anyway, but
But
they
isn't
just made
that
them
his
even
gimmick though?
more.
I didn't really
They're like
see a lot of
Rhino.
heavy machinery on NXT when I watched it. Maybe I just didn't watch a
I've
lot of
seen
the
too
episodes.
much of them.
I don't have an
They're
issue with
like a generic tag team though. Now they're probably lower, if not right with the Ascension.
that's
Now
true,
that's what
Reverend.
type of thing they are. They're like Rhino and Heath Slater.
when, oh man, pretty lady. That shit was. I thought it was funny, dude. I laughed. And
I
then
mean, that's just a terrible way to debut. You already made them. Okay, there could be a joke. They're not going to be as
I
serious.
took it as they presented a comedy act. Yeah. Do you see Kane in the Royal Rumble? I hope not. They called Otis on Twitter Festus 2.0. I call him what's that guy's name on NXT UK? Is it Massive?
Mastiff. Yeah.
They look so alike, everybody. Go watch it. You would be like, oh my god, they're almost twin brothers. I thought that was Eugene's cousin.
Except one guy is like a looks like a legitimate badass. The other one doesn't.
Heavy Machinery are on the same level of the mentality of the Bushwhackers.
Yeah, I can see that.
That's good. Yeah, Rhino and
That's
said
a really good comparison. I think.
that the
I think
best
it is.
Royal Rumble elimination is I can't remember which Bushwhacker. He goes all the way down to the ring, enters, and gets thrown immediately out, and then walk. He
And
does
he's
his
still walking around
Yeah,
doing his little walk.
that was great. That was great.
It was Luke. Butch, though. I can't remember which one.
So you didn't really care for the debut. I know.
I felt bad
Barbarucci
for
is
him
very
because
high. What's the other guy's name? It escapes me. It's Otis and who else?
Tucker.
Tucker. I know Barbarucci feels like Tucker can do wonders by himself. Is that how you kind of
Really?
feel too?
No, these guys look like they look like that generic WCW tag team on like WCW Saturday Night that's gonna lose to like Hall and Nash or whoever on that random tag team. They just look like just that random tag team thrown together.
I'm curious seeing. We got to make a little bet about maybe them winning the tag team titles before the end of the year.
The B team won. Anything's possible.
That is very true. Now let's get to one of the most crappy segments, and Rhonda, she's been doing good for the time being. But what is up with her begging and trying to reach out to Sasha for her respect? I don't get it. Ronda's supposed to be
Well,
some type of
that was
badass,
some.
not give a shit about anyone. She's, the unstoppable force. And here we
You know
have
what?
her begging Sasha for respect.
You know what I think it was. I would not be surprised if she messed up her line. And she wasn't supposed to say it like that. And she said, like, if I don't want to be a loser. I don't. You can go ahead and keep that loser title because I don't want to have the title of a loser. I don't think she meant to say it like that, and it might have came out. And maybe it was all scripted like that. Who knows? But it seemed like I don't know, like Sasha got really pissed off because when she walked away at the very end, she held four fingers. So we know what that's alluding to.
Yeah, they're definitely teasing the four horsewomen versus the four horsewomen match.
Are they going to do that? Or are they going to throw like Natalia in the mix on there now?
Oh, God.
Because that's what it seems like. Because she's like, "Oh no, it was all Sasha's fault. You need to control Sasha. No, you need to control Ronda." It's like,
Right,
no.
you can't be a badass and be a crybaby face. Exactly. I want the
I mean, she might
Ronda
be like,
that.
"Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to offend you. I
Would it
didn't
be
have you to come out like that."
too much to ask if we got the Ronda that we got in the UFC, where she didn't give a shit. All she cared about was herself and not caring about other people so much, about Sasha, about Natalia. It just seems like I want her to face a badass heel. Yeah, we're supposed to get that with Nia Jax, but
So
we
you would
don't
like her
have.
to act more like a Brock Lesnar than what she's acted now.
Yes, yes, and she should. The women should be scared of Ronda Rousey because she should be able to destroy these women because of her background and martial arts and all the type of submissions she can do. The women should be afraid of her. They're booking her like she's afraid of these other women.
And you know what? They can't put her in the ring with any. I mean, her last few months. I mean, it's unbelievable for Ronda because other than Nia Jax, but that's another story. But I mean, she's in the ring with Charlotte, considered one of the. You can consider Charlotte a ring general, I guess. She was in the ring with who else was there? There was someone else, but and now she's gonna be in the ring with Sasha, who's another good worker in the ring. So she's being put in the ring with some good workers. Oh, Natalia. That's what I was trying to think of. You put in there with Natalia, Charlotte, and now Sasha Banks. Those are all three good workers who can put on Ronda a good match. I thought Ronda and Natalia had a fabulous match one on one. That was a great. I really enjoyed that match on Christmas. So I mean, Christmas Eve.
She has the potential to have good matches. It just
with good opponents.
It just all it's who's in the ring with her. Yes. Let's go to the chat. Yeah. Speaking of messed up lines, Braun messed up his line again by saying World Cup and not Crown Jewel. I noticed that. I was trying to remember. I was like, what pay-per-view was that?
World Cup of Wrestling.
I'm trying hard to like Ronda, but I just can't, says Jody Mania. No, because WWE, says Bob Ruski. She should have came in as a ruthless mute, says Truth and Loyalty. And I agree with her. Agree with him 100% on that. Reality is Ronda would beat up any women on the roster in 5 seconds, so they can't have her be a villain. A villain. Yes, I agree with you on that. It just, I wish she had.
Yes, you can.
I wish she had more of a swagger to her, more of a badass, that type of swagger with her. She doesn't have any of that.
You can do what Shayna does, and Shayna does the heel work really well, where you have the good guy give their comeback and it looking like they're going to beat her, when she looks like she's about to get beat and she's on the ropes, and then all of a sudden she catches you in a move and wins the match out of nowhere. Those I love when Shayna takes those comebacks from the faces, and it looks like she's about to lose the match, and then she doesn't lose. Where it's like you came so close, and then she still got the win. They could be doing Ronda like that, not the comeback. It makes no sense for Ronda to have to make a comeback. Ronda should be the one dominating the whole match.
Ronda, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Ronda should be in there, not scared of anyone, not caring what anyone thinks,
and then take a big comeback,
and just be that badass Ronda Rousey. She can still be the face no matter what, but be that badass where she's not afraid of anybody. She shouldn't be going up to Sasha and begging for her respect. Just
her and Shayna should be doing the same gimmick. They should be. She should be a heel. I mean, she should be doing all these dastardly things.
Exactly. I absolutely agree with you on that.
I know that's what you're saying. I'm just.
She would be perfect addition to the Riot Squad. Keep dreaming, BJ. Let's see what else on Raw should we touch on. I think that's pretty much it. I know the Revival beat Lucha Party. Lucha House Party. Not really much to say about that.
I'm
Um,
just saying they cheated to win, so they got a little payback because they were losing by those ropes, and then they
again,
knocked the foot off the rope.
just don't know what they're doing with their tag division on the Raw side. At least it's just
Uh,
Rousey needs to do less smiling and happy go lucky walking down the aisle like a ditzy diva. Chris Mack, I agree with you on
yeah,
that.
what's what? Look, I get it. She's trying to pay homage to Piper, but she comes out and she acts like she's a diva, in a way. Like, not saying a diva, but it reminds me of kind of the diva era, which is nothing wrong with the divas, but I'm just saying it's kind of like that a lot. Instead of like, I'm a badass here to kick your ass, she comes out in like a
Raw
short mini
commercials
skirt.
though, yeah. We can promote Glass 9,000 times. I feel like I've already seen all the definitely all the damn trailers of Glass that they can show, and then they want me to. Oh yeah, what was that? Glass and Temptation Island, nonstop commercials. I could have ripped my hair out, man. It was so frustrating and annoying. This is. Oh yeah. Vince McMahon was angry about his limo. That's for sure. Oh yeah. What about the King show? Yeah. Well, apparently, if you guys didn't hear the news, King signed a new deal with the WWE. So
He
also
doesn't
it's
do
going to
nothing
be
with them now.
yeah, and also is going to be announcing the Royal Rumble alongside everyone's favorite JBL. I don't know
Who is
why
the
the fuck
king?
they're gonna bring JBL to call the Royal Rumble, but they're
With the
gonna do
king?
it. Yeah, with the King.
I mean, if you want to see anyone calling the Rumble, it's not JBL and the King. I'm
Yeah,
sorry. It's JR and the King.
I mean, I'd rather not have any of them. Just have the fucking same commentators you have already. Why do you need to bring in JR? What for nostalgia? The
JR
president.
would be perfect for me. I would love to see
Well,
JR calling the
JR
Rumble.
is apparently going to AEW,
Well, his
so
contract's still not up, though, so.
they could do one last push to try to keep him, I guess. But
Yeah, call
I
the
can't
Rumble.
wait to heckle JBL. Well, have fun with that, man. I just don't enjoy that.
It's Big Match John. Big Match John's in the Royal Rumble.
JBL's gonna be like, I see my twin brother in the ring right now. He looks just like
It's,
JBL now.
yeah, he does.
Oh God. Oh my God. It seems like we saw the movie watching all the trailers. Yeah. Jesus Christ, man. So many exactly. If she's the baddest woman on the planet, don't come down smiling at little kids. Oh, yeah, it's a little bit too far there,
Well,
but I get your point. I get your point though.
I think the problem with Ronda though, she's too in awe of and she's too in awe of the WWE.
Steph is for sure announcing the women's.
She's like too like in love and too much of almost like too much of a fan. She's
Could
like because she's like, oh wow, I love this. She always looking around like, wow, I can't.
like she's just happy to be there, kind of thing.
Yeah, and that's what it is. I don't know if she could actually pull off a heel.
Now, someone in the chat room put, so who will call the women's rumble? Could they possibly do an all women's commentator booth?
Oh boy, as long as
Renee, Beth Phoenix, and Lita. Oh my God, that
okay.
Lita, that might be tragic.
Yeah, that might be brutal.
Who would be the lead commentator out of those three? Probably Renee, I would assume. Wouldn't be good.
Or Michael Cole leading with some other people that could work.
The Renee Young for sure will be the women's. Yeah, I would assume. I mean, at least Section 107, man, that's pretty damn good seats. That's awesome, man. Enjoy Royal Rumble. Like I said, Royal Rumble is one of the best pay-per-views to go to. I went to been to two in my time, and both were very, very fun. Doing the whole countdown and all that stuff. It's very fun. Maybe Bliss.
If you watch that one pay-per-view, you got to count down too.
Yeah. So
the Iron Man match.
Let's move to SmackDown Live. So in general, Raw to me, well, there's not really much other stuff to talk about on Raw. We kind of covered the main basics of Raw. I thought Raw was entertaining last night. I did not have really any issues with Raw. It's a couple of segments here and there, but I thought Raw pretty much was pretty good.
Yeah, you know what? They're trying right now. At least they're trying different stuff. I mean, you can't say they're not trying to do something different because they are. I mean, whether you liked topless Alexa Bliss or not, whatever. But whether you liked how they did that, tasteless, or not, whether you like them doing just showing women as wrestlers. I mean, you know what? They're trying different stuff. They're trying to be a little more edgier, possibly trying to, you know, play
Mhm.
to the older fans again, maybe a little bit instead of just focusing on new ones and young ones. I mean, it was done at a decent. It was done like later. Wasn't it done pretty late? Would you say that the whole segment with Alexa was done pretty late anyway? So it's not like it was 8 o'clock.
It was just weird that like they did the moment of bliss, and then like not even 5 seconds after it was over. All right, now we're getting the fatal four way
Yeah,
for
that
the.
was weird. And then tonight too. I mean, all of a sudden you have little Asuka and Becky standing there. Oh, here comes AJ Styles.
Yes, walking out. That was the weirdest thing. He walked to the ringside and then up into the crowd. Like that was just weird. But hey, it worked, I guess.
And I
Um,
thought it was good too. I thought they did a really good job of trying to change it up a little bit. And like
that's right.
someone
I
said
have been
on
to the
Twitter,
Royal Rumble.
from start to finish, they had a story and kept you interested in Raw. It had a theme to it, so it worked. Hopefully, it continues, and not just because it's Royal Rumble season.
Yeah, I thought. Yeah, I thought Raw, top from bottom, pretty entertaining.
Yeah,
Downfall, the commercials. But geez,
of
we all know
course.
that. We already bitched and moaned about that. So overall, a pretty good Raw.
Yeah.
Let's move on to SmackDown Live.
What would you rate Raw?
I'd give it a 4. Pretty high. It was a really good show. I thought one of the best they've had since in 2019. I know it's not very many Raws between then, but
Yeah, like two.
I
Yeah,
it was still pretty good.
yeah. I agree with that. I mean, you got two matches that could have been the main event. I mean, so why? Yeah, I give it a four.
Pat McAfee's probably gonna call the Royal Rumble. That's what I'm thinking.
Oh,
That's
son
what
of a bitch!
Hey man, when he called that
I'm turning on Japanese commentary.
fake field goal call
Oh
for
my
the
god!
touchdown, that
I
was
was listening to
fantastic,
it.
man.
I
That
was
was great.
watching the freaking game, and that was my fucking luck. I get Pat McAfee calling the Lions game. Son of a bitch.
Oh, that's right. Be honest, Tony. Raw was only great last night because of the barbershop highlight. But from that was probably the best
Oh,
commercial Raw has ever had ever.
are you sure it was in the glass?
Was showing. It's funny that they showed that of him throwing him into glass, and we got a lot of glass trailers last night.
You know what is the best part of that though? Honestly, is Bobby Heenan.
Hello, Mystery. How you doing? Yeah, Bobby
Bobby
Heenan made
Heenan.
that segment.
He
Yeah,
was trying to run away. He's trying to run
he's
away
trying to
from the
run
game.
away, and he made that one. Bobby Heenan made that segment even better. How you doing, Mystery? Thank you again, everybody, for joining us live again on a Tuesday evening. Excuse me. I appreciate you guys staying up late with us as well. Again, I want to thank you guys so much for all the support you have given us via Super Hearts and on the Patreon and all that. Because of you guys, we were able to make shirts, and they'll be coming out hopefully very soon. Talked to the company today. It says it takes about 2 weeks because they're finishing up the artwork and doing all the nicks and crannies that make it look very beautiful. Then they'll send me the end product, and then we go from there. It said about takes about 2 weeks to make since we're going to make so many of them. Um, and then I'll
You
have them
gotta.
in my possession, and I'll be giving out some on giveaways, and then there obviously will be up for sale. Be selling
Can't wait
them
to
for
get my hands on one.
$50. Actually, I'm gonna be selling them for $45 so I can get all my money
Wow.
back. I'm just kidding. There will be
Yeah,
like
right.
there'll be like $15.
Hey, dude. When you go on those pro wrestling tees, those shirts on there are like 25 plus for those
Yeah, they're
shirts on
not cheap
there.
yet. And I think I got sizes from small, medium, large, extra large, and double X. So I got every size covered. I think I only ordered about 16 or 20 this time. So if you guys are interested, I'm not going to be shoving them down your throats. If you guys want a shirt, just let me know, and we'll go with the details then. I know you probably want to see the shirt first, but I just wanted to say thank you because all those super hearts and all that stuff came in handy with this. Making shirts isn't cheap. I found out the tough way, and actually, the Red Sox fan, 15 is not much, especially since I'll be paying for shipping and all that stuff. So I think 15 is actually really a bargain. So if you guys are
Just
interested,
way
just let
too
me
much of a
know.
bargain.
I really would appreciate that. And again, thank you guys so much for the support that you have given us. We're almost at 2,000 followers here on Periscope. We're about 50 followers away to hitting 2,000. So that would be awesome to get that by WrestleMania. And the only way we would get that is from you guys in the chat room who are new to the show. If you haven't already, please hit that follow button. I'd also appreciate it if you guys don't mind sharing and retweeting us. That would be great as well. We do thank you guys so much that you do a lot for us, and we're doing some more giveaways at the end of the month as well. I'm trying to figure out some type of a system to do another giveaway. So maybe dealing with the Royal Rumble, we'll go from there. So thanks again. So SmackDown Live, we had
we got a
Becky
new
Lynch.
we got a new hashtag coming. Get the shirts.
Get the shirts. I was aren't I gonna block Texas Kid? I'll give him one more shot, man. That dude was trolling me tonight. Because actually about this segment, because Becky Lynch comes down and throws out a promo. We get Oscar coming down as well. And they do that stupid thing with the what chance after she's talking. And it was just not I just didn't really appreciate it. It just wasn't, like we talked about it a couple of months ago, where they're doing this whole chance, what she's doing the what chance after every time she talks. She's already doing the English, and tough with her on English, so she's gonna have a tough time going out there. And I just think the what chants are just kind of shitty, especially when you do it to someone with a thick accent like that. And she did all right out there. The promo wasn't bad. It's just, the fans just want to be assholes, And I just didn't understand that. The Becky promo was all right. I don't know. I feel like they are kind of shoving the man stuff a little bit down our throats just a bit. I don't really appreciate it too much to where it's getting kind of annoying. And I never thought I would say that about Becky Lynch because I actually enjoyed her work, and I actually enjoyed what they were doing with her. Now it's just the man. Now they don't even call her Becky Lynch. They just call her the man now. What did you think of the opening segment, which led to the Iconics coming down, and we had basically kind of two singles matches to start off SmackDown Live?
I actually thought Becky's promo was pretty good. I enjoyed Becky's stuff. I like what she was saying out there. I'm a Becky fan, so that's the big difference. So a lot of people just don't like Becky anymore. But I mean, I still enjoy her work. I think I'm glad she's getting this spotlight now. Because 6 months ago, maybe 8 months ago now, but whenever it was, she wasn't even getting on TV half the time. People were complaining about how underused she is, and now that she gets used, everyone hates her.
I get you on that. Now, Bob Ruski says the shirt probably sells, so they're going to shove it. How about when Becky arrived to arena backstage? I like the opening segment.
Yeah, I was going to say, that was pretty cool. I tweeted about that too, and I was like, you know what, this is really cool. It's something different, that we don't see a lot of. Now people are going to say, oh, we're getting the Stone Cold comparison.
That's what they're doing. They are making her the women's version of Stone Cold. I'm not saying she is Stone Cold, but if you look at it, she has so many of the similarities to Stone Cold that they're trying to do with her. It's unreal. Where she's
pretty soon it's going to be the Man 316.
Oh my god, they might, because I mean,
the Man 316 says, "I just whooped your lash."
Just whooped your lash. Yeah. Just imagine now. They already have, because I asked on Twitter, what is she? Is she a face? Is she a heel? No, she's a tweener. She's the Stone Cold of the women's division.
That's what Stone Cold was. He was never really a heel. Well, he was a heel at one point, but mostly he wasn't really doing a good guy or bad guy thing. He was just
he would have his heel tactics, but he would also have his,
because no matter what he did, that's a different time too. Because that turned with Bret Hart when the fans just started cheering Stone Cold out of just for being a tough SOB.
Can't wait for the truck Becky segment. Yeah, she's gonna come out with a damn beer truck.
No, it won't be a beer truck. Come on.
It'll be
not milk, but like
Irish creamer truck, an Irish creamer truck or something. I mean, I don't know. They are just playing the man.
No, tea.
Oh yeah, tea. That's right.
Truck full of tea.
They're just the whole the man stuff. Like I remember like a month or two ago where people were kind of saying, they were already getting annoyed with it and tired of it, and I wasn't at that moment. Now I can see why people are getting annoyed by it.
See, I like it because I'm glad she's getting used finally, because she was the most underrated an underused version member of this little four horsewomen out of the four. Because everyone else with Becky, Charlotte, Bailey were getting all the praise. Or Sasha, Charlotte, Bailey were getting all this praise, and Becky
Hey,
was
get his
kind of
truck. There you go, Adam.
seen as like the weak link and not really used that much.
She'll come
The
out
other
with a
three,
whiskey truck with Conor McGregor.
oh yeah,
Imagine that. Becky will drink pancake shakes instead of beers. Thanks, Otis. Here we go. It's a good question. BJ asked, but Tony, the question is why was she not over as Becky Lynch before this man rubbish?
yep. And people can't say they were. She's not over because the crowd was cheering for her.
Yeah, and now
So
we're getting
people
her
want to say
doing
she's
middle
not over.
fingers. Now we're seeing her doing Stone Cold Stunners.
Oh,
I
they did
mean,
that on a house show, didn't they?
but still, man, it's the writing's on the wall of how they're booking her. So they're trying to make her the next Stone Cold, it seems like. At least
Hey,
they're
the
trying to
merch
go
must
that
be
route.
selling. It must
Well,
be
apparently
selling
to a
good.
Red Sox fan who's in the chat room, she's not selling any merch. She's not doing all that great in all three
Oh,
categories: ticket sales and merchandise sales and all that type of stuff. But
I
who
mean,
knows?
there's something going on. They're behind her on something. So I mean, they're behind
So,
it.
so when will we hear glass breaking before her music hits? I'm telling you guys, I would not be surprised if we get the Man 316, like Dave said, the Man 316 shirts coming soon. I
Yep,
would
I guess
not
with
be
your
shocked.
lash,
John Cena will
we're,
do will close
we're
line.
gonna get a Queen of the Ring. Watch, we're getting Queen of the Ring, and she's gonna win Queen of the Ring. Watch.
Crowd was pushing for her, but they didn't want to push her. That's very true, Bob Ruski, according to
Yeah,
Dave.
but
So,
when they do push Sasha, Becky, internet fans, internet wrestling community, the online community wanted they don't like her no more because she's getting pushed because they don't like how she's being pushed and they don't like that she has this man character when all this is just a play on Ric Flair. They get after Charlotte because it was her dad's name. And it's not about being called a man. It's the word itself being the man, being the best. That's what it stands for, being the best. She's not saying I'm a man. She's saying I'm the man. I'm the best here. What you want her to go around saying? I'm the woman.
I'm
I'm
the
the
woman.
woman. That's what you want her to go around saying. I'm the woman.
I'm the woman.
I mean, it's just saying that she's saying she. Or you want to go around saying she's the best in the world? She can't. Shane McMahon already is. So I'm just saying that's the only reason the man thing's being used. It's more like saying I'm the best. That's what it is. And people are complaining about her using a woman calling herself a man.
Yeah. So, are you looking forward to Oscar and Becky Lynch?
I am. It never happened before. It's the first time ever match.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how that match
Well,
goes.
this whole segment, I mean, I felt bad for Oscar because she put her out there in the spot like that. Honestly, I thought this was going to end up being a tag match. That's what I thought. But
WWE started pushing
my God.
hardcore because of the botched move and the reaction online. Yeah, that's what I talked about. That if that would have never happened,
before,
I don't think if that happened because yeah, she was getting a push,
and
like,
she was getting this,
but
this huge thing with Ronda before.
The nose, the breaking of the nose was what kind of skyrocketed her because we got the blood, and that's when we started getting comparisons to Stone Cold, and then it just went up from there, and that's when the man gimmick, I think, boosted like 100% after that. She's just started using it more. Then you get her on Twitter.
Yeah, but she was doing that stuff on Twitter before that happened too.
Just
like she was going after Ronda Rousey on Twitter like crazy before this.
See, Bob Ruski says they should be pushing Bailey like this, who could make WWE a ton of money.
Yeah, I mean, they don't trust Bailey, I guess. I don't know why, but whatever.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Injured.
That's a good point because Bailey could be that John Cena type women's wrestler, on the division, women's John Cena of the women's division. That's what I'm trying to say because of her gimmick and the kids love her and all that type of bullshit. So next we got the AJ Styles segment. And he's doing
weird. It was a weird transition. It really was. I'm sitting there like, I even tweeted this stuff like, okay, AJ figured he's not going to be Daniel Bryan. He's challenging Asuka now. So it's like, what the hell?
Now they were going that they did the type of segment that they did last week where they had Daniel Bryan at the
This just
concession
is
stand
obvious.
and in the merchandise stands. So AJ does the same thing, and he says that these people spent their hard-earned money to be here. These people are no different than other people in Phoenix who will see him kick Daniel's ass at the Royal Rumble. And that's when he starts handing out T-shirts and stuff like that. And that's when we see Daniel Bryan attack him, and AJ knocks over the relish, but AJ gives him Bryan a spine buster through a hot dog table.
Yep.
And you know
You know
how
what?
Daniel Bryan doesn't like that type of stuff. He even tweeted out he tweeted out like a
Uh,
PETA ad or PETA something after that,
yeah.
dealing with pigs and hot dogs, and they're really going he's going the extra extra yard with this little vegan gimmick that he's doing on WWE.
And
But
people, I bet you people hate it.
oh, I'm absolutely people hate it. People hate those type of vegans or those type of people who look down on you because you eat meat or whatever like that. And
I mean, it's not like it's false stuff he's putting out there. It's all true. So I
right,
mean,
but people hate that type of.
that's why people hate it because you're pushing the true facts in someone's face and they don't like it.
I can't stand AJ Styles, man. I don't know if it's his long, silky, smooth girl hair or his gimmick. I don't
Yeah, but
know.
that Daniel Bryan being dressed up in a hoodie was really obvious.
Oh, you had a
It's
feeling something
it
was going
still
to
wasn't
happen.
as good as Becky Lynch though when she did Charlotte when she was dressed in the crowd and then took off a mask and beat the crowd out of it.
Uh,
You know, there.
Bobby
Yeah, this is good. It
Bobby
was
Roode
weird.
said it was probably because of time. Yeah, that was probably it.
Yeah.
With Finn in the main
Now, if
event, does
I
he not?
do it,
No. Go ahead.
now, Tony, if me and you go over there and throwing shirts in the crowd, we're getting arrested or kicked out. But he's okay if AJ does it.
Fans should bring out meat as Brian makes his entrance, right? Or they should do meat chants or something to get him going. But
Daniel Bryan should take Dean Ambrose's little siren and come out with like that megaphone saying all that stuff, you know.
you know,
Like you
how you
guys,
said you are tired of the man stuff. I'm tired of this new Captain Planet crap. Daniel Bryan has had a shit title run and popular opinion, says Red Sox fan. What do you think about that?
Daniel, well, he said Daniel Bryan said that he hasn't been champion for 1 month.
Um,
Everyone
but here's
complained about AJ's run, about how
here's
he
the thing,
faced the
though.
same guy for 6 months. Go ahead.
I'm not into this feud at all. I'm just waiting for this feud to end because the real story, the real question is, who's Daniel Bryan going to be feuding with next? That's the next question
That is
because
a good
I
question.
think I think Daniel Bryan is going to obviously beat Styles because what I've been reading, Styles still hasn't resigned yet, and they're not going to give him the title probably if he doesn't resign or hasn't
Probably not
resigned
give him
yet.
the title anyway.
So, who do you think will be next in line for Daniel Bryan?
I guess it'll all depend on where they go with the Rumble. So obviously, someone from Raw is winning the Rumble this year because someone from SmackDown won it last year. That's usually how they rotate it. So you'd have to go a different route. Would they use the Elimination Chamber as the number one contenders for SmackDown? And so
Probably.
whoever wins the Chamber would go on to face Daniel Bryan. Now, some people speculated that the title would be on the line inside a Chamber match. So I don't know how that's going to work. Do you want to go in the Chamber and have no title matches at the Chamber? I mean, that'd be interesting. But to me, it makes no sense. Why have your champion defended in a Chamber anyway, right before WrestleMania?
Yeah,
But
usually the chambers
whatever.
are to find out who's the number one contender going
You're
into
going to have
Mania.
a tag title chamber, and you'll probably have Daniel Bryan defending in the chamber. Hopefully not, but if you have the Rumble set, then I think you should have like the winner of the chamber for SmackDown or whatever, however they want to do it, goes on to face Bryan at
Actually,
WrestleMania.
they need to get meat either to face new Bryan, maybe Otis. That's funny.
You know what I would have loved tonight though, when they had EC3 backstage. I thought it would have been funny if it would have been Daniel Bryan walking by EC3
And why is that?
because he was just pro on NXT.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right. I forgot about that. They do have
Or
some
Derek Bateman.
they do have
Yeah, they have a
some
little history.
history. Let's see what's in the chat. The lecture. Oh, they're talking about the vegans. I have no problems with vegetarians. Just don't shove your ideology down my throat. New gimmick sucks. Yeah,
That's
see,
what
that's
he's
what's
doing
working.
his character. You know, he's doing it like Zoom turned up to like 1,000. Like when people hate him, that's what he's doing to make you. He doesn't want to get cheered at this place. He's trying to get booed.
Yeah, absolutely. So I mean, I'm not really into this feud. I'm just waiting to see what happens next.
I'm just
No,
glad Daniel Bryan's actually got to run as champion however long it lasts because I hope he does get to defend it at WrestleMania because after his last run as world champion, it ends so well because he had to, of course, forfeit and retire. So I hope
right.
he does get a little bit of a run because I'm enjoying seeing Daniel Bryan out there wrestling again because I didn't think we'd see him wrestle again.
I agree with you. Wow, we have over 1,600 views so far. So thank you everybody for sticking around and chit chatting with us. We're almost done with our recap of SmackDown Live.
We just
Don't
started it too.
I mean, it's almost over because there's not really much to talk about SmackDown Live. Again, we'll be live again on Saturday night. I'll be going to we're going to be going to into depth on Strowman and all this stuff with the whole Finn Balor stuff. Probably some rumors and stuff will be out by then. So we'll let you know what's going on by Saturday. And remember, these are just rumors, not facts. So take it, like I said, with a grain of salt. Just want someone to smash this stupid Captain Vegan crap. That's funny. So next we got the Usos. They get a gift, and Jimmy thinks it might be an early anniversary gift. Jay reads the note and tells Jimmy that she has been a naughty girl and needs to be locked up in the Uso penitentiary. And it's signed by Mandy Rose.
Wasn't the rose a dead giveaway? There was a rose in the box.
Oh,
they pulled out, there was a rose in there. I believe it was. I would have swore there was a rose in the box too. So it was not kind of like a giveaway.
yeah, it was just yeah. So so Jimmy shows Jimmy the key to Mandy's hotel room.
You know what the funniest part about this whole thing was? It's like his brother said, "What do you do?"
Yes, right.
Said, "What are you gonna do?" He said, "What are you gonna do?" And his answer was, "I don't know." Not like I'm not doing nothing. No, I'm married. No, he's like, I don't know.
Yeah, right. I might just go. Fuck it, how about these neutral?
You know what I thought it was gonna be?
We're gonna touch on that Red Sox fan.
I thought it was gonna be the other Uso that was there.
Yeah, that's what I saw on Twitter too.
I was just like, yeah. I was gonna like, wait, is he married too? But
having your brother read that to you is weird. Yeah. I never even thought about that. That is, yeah. I didn't even think about that. That's funny. I'm telling you, man, the Mandy Rose segments are some classic Attitude Era stuff. Well,
it's there.
It's there. It's definitely kind of there, but man, the backlash that this segment got. I know it wasn't the greatest. So if you want to say it was just a shit segment, I'm absolutely there with you. But to say this is degrading women and all that shit, I don't see that. I don't get that. Like,
hey, come on,
see worse shit on TV shows. Like, this isn't no different. I guess because it's women's wrestling and it's supposed to be held to a higher standard. But I don't see the whole reason behind it. And Mandy Rose even she said it. She hates Naomi. To get back at Naomi, she's gonna try to end her marriage. But oh my god, the women hated that shit.
Stuff right there.
Right. It's just stuff you'll see on an HBO TV show or soap opera or anything.
Yeah, that's all it is. On TV. I'm gonna ruin their marriage. Yeah,
it's not real. Like, fuck, for God's sake.
It's a storyline. And it's something different, and it's not nothing to do with the title.
Yes, Chris Mack. People are getting upset. Like, I saw a lot of people tweeting out that this segment was degrading women.
Oh my god! Then please don't tune in to watch Scarlett last week, please.
And that's what I'm saying. If you're not, if you thought that was degrading, do not ever watch Impact Wrestling, ever. As long as Scarlett Bordeaux is there, you do not want to watch it because you get, I don't even say worse, but she wears skimpier shit. So it's like,
yeah, Mandy her outfit was really, I mean, it was tasteful. It wasn't really like, we've seen a lot worse than they had.
There you go, Bobrisky. That sums up that segment. It was like watching a Telemundo show or a soap opera. Absolutely. Because didn't you have Naomi show up in this neon green suit. Like, what the fuck? You hiding in the back? It's so silly. I thought it would have been so much better if Otis would have showed up.
That would
How
make no
would
sense,
how?
man.
No, because Uso's like, I'm not even gonna go. Fuck Mandy Rose, not literally, and just give him the key. Give him the key to show up. Like, how funny would that have been? She's sitting there on like half-ass naked, and it's Otis who walks in through the door. Pretty lady,
Or
pretty lady.
they could have done it. The lights would have had to be off, and then she thinks it's Jay and it's Otis.
Right? Like, how great would that would have been? That would have been funny.
No, that part would have been I like that. But yeah, I mean, they've
Uh,
done worse stuff. I mean, and it's not like she was. Look, I've seen where they've done it where they're in thongs and stuff like that in WWE. There was nowhere near that.
yeah, I saw some people like giving the people shit that wrote that. They were just like,
It was not
wow.
that. It's people who are really big Naomi fans, and they don't like the fact that I don't know if it's a race thing, but it seems like it kind of could be a little bit of a race thing. You know?
Vodka says Fox Sports is going to demand better material from the WWE. Believe that? Oh yeah, absolutely.
Hey,
They're
I don't know
expecting
because
high ass ratings.
no, I don't know about that because this could be why we're getting stuff like this is because they said they want more edgier TV as well too. You know,
Yeah. So
they want
soon,
more
if
edginess.
you thought that's bad, soon people who think that's degrading
How
women
you,
aren't even going to watch WWE anymore.
yeah,
If
you
that's
know
the
what?
case,
No, but you don't think AEW? I'm not saying they're going to go to that extent, but who knows? But I mean,
no, they
they're
were
going to push
saying
the
that.
envelope.
No, what I was reading on the comments, they're saying, "Thank God for AEW because we're not gonna see shit on like that on
You
AEW."
don't really. I'm sorry, I disagree because they're going to do whatever they can to push the envelope. What women can dress sexy and wrestle. I mean, look what Scarlett Bordeaux wrestles in. She basically wrestles in a thong, and one of her main moves is slamming her ass
See, and
your
Bob Ruski
face.
even says Otis was obsessed with Mandy in NXT, by the way, too. So like, it would have just
Oh, was it?
worked. He would have worked so great if Otis would have showed up to the hotel room instead of what we got tonight. It just the segment was just not great. If they want to give us a little bit of more edgier shit, I'm okay with it. It's not like they're showing ass and titties and they're having sex with a hand or anything like that. It's just they're just trying to be a little bit, tad bit more edgier to again maybe try to gather more of this adult audience. Like you said, they're moving to Fox. They're probably gonna have to do a little bit more type of storylines like that. Maybe I don't know. It just I didn't see anything wrong with it. I didn't. If it was degrading to women, then
It
I
wasn't that
respect your
degrading.
opinion. But I just don't understand how it could have been if
Well,
because she's a home wrecker.
I mean, well,
Like
because you go into someone's married, someone who's married, such as trying to break up their marriage. I mean, it's a storyline. It happens. I mean, people really get that bent out of shape about this. I mean,
no effects said. What about degrading men? Drake Maverick pissed his pants. What does this do in terms of the ring though? See, that's a good question. And
to
now,
what?
like, what does this do in the ring though? Like, as in their feud. Mandy
It gives them a
Rose,
story.
Mandy
It
Rose
is,
did tweet saying something. Now I got you. Now I'm gonna get you in the ring. Now, something around the lines of that. So
yeah, but this right here is a story built before even having a match. You know, this is a storyline. That's what it is. Naomi wants to get her some of Mandy. She wants her to do what she's doing. That's a story right there for the rivalry. There's your there's your story right there for their little match because she's trying to do dirty things and go after her husband. That's dirty.
I just wish it would have played out a little bit better because then you have fucking Mandy Rose
Well,
just
you know, they almost had a big
standing there
problem
all
because
bug eyed like what the fuck, Naomi's here. Like it
you
was
know they
just
almost had even a bigger problem because it looked like Naomi was about to come out of her top for a minute. I don't know if that was a live backstage segment, but geez, they almost had some issues back there.
we're not taking any calls tonight, my friend. Dave, it's not a good storyline, says the Red Sox fan.
I didn't say it was good.
Yeah,
I never said it was
like I said,
good. I just said it's a
I was kind of
storyline.
interested into this storyline, but then it just kind of
I
took
was
a
interested to see how
tailspin.
far they would go. That's how I'm like, okay, how far are they actually going to push this?
They
She's
scrapped
gonna
that.
she's gonna she's
Yeah,
gonna disrobe, and I'm like, okay, what is she gonna be wearing? Because This is 2019 PGWE, so how far are they going to go? And she was wearing like really a classy lingerie. It was nothing too revealing or provocative or nothing like that.
Am I breathing too hard in the mic? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
Oh,
I'll move the mic away from my face right there. Let's see. I mean, for fuck's sake, that fight in the hotel room was so bad. Yeah, it wasn't. It just didn't play off really good. I just didn't think the storyline itself or the segment itself just didn't come out really good. They could have went so many different ways with it, like
yeah,
with
they could have, but
Otis
only
or
they.
the brothers showing up instead of I think it's Jimmy, right? Yeah, Jimmy. It could have been Jay instead of Jimmy. It just could have been played out a different.
You know what they could have done? What if the lights are out? She's laying in bed and it's Naomi. She wakes up
Oh God!
like that
Imagine the
would.
fans then.
Oh yeah, that really blew up then.
Did anyone notice how much time was spent backstage or off arena SmackDown had? I feel bad for the fans. Yeah, there was a lot of backstage segments tonight.
But that's what we say we missed though, because there before there
Yeah, but
wasn't
on a
really a lot of
SmackDown,
backstage
it's a
segments.
little bit, it's only a 2 hour show. When you do that, it's taking up most of the show. You
Oh
don't
no,
get a
that
lot of in
freaking
ring matches.
oh that one thing took a lot. Birthday bash took like half the
And
like
what
a
happened to
quarter of the
Sonya and
show.
Carmella match was supposed to, yeah, they scrapped that match tonight. I guess for the
Time.
hotel stuff and then the whole damn
And there
um
was a lot of backstage stuff. I think about you have AJ Styles, Daniel Bryan, you had Becky Lynch starting off backstage, drinking whatever the hell that pancake mix was they were drinking, and then yeah,
yeah,
even
no one was bitching when not Lana tricked Enzo into a room, then Rusev beat him down. Yeah, that's true. The
that's
match
true.
between Carmella versus yeah, it was they scrapped that match. So maybe we get it to yeah, I'm heavy breathing because we're talking about WWE. That's right, Red Sox fan, you know it. So we had Joe Mustafa Ali. The match was supposed to happen, but Joe attacked Mustafa before the match started, lays him out, so the match never ended up happening. But the match that did end up happening, and I guess this was the main event because this is the only match we got after this match was because that was pretty much talking stuff, and then we got the birthday bash. Was Cien Almas taking on Rey Mysterio from I guess of a match, kind of a rematch ish from last week when they were in
It
a
was a
tag
tag
match.
match. But,
But one of the big news is, looks like they changed Andrade Cien Almas'
yeah, that
name
was
to just
blowing up on Twitter.
Andrade. I don't understand what the issue is there. I don't like why I don't feel like why they had to change his name. Any reason why you think they did that?
They do this all the time. You know, I mean,
I
it's
missed
weird how
out
they did
now.
it because it was so it
That's
blew
right.
up over
Proper
Twitter
risky
too.
right there.
It blew up like crazy. I mean, it was going over. Everyone was flipping out like, "Oh, Andrade! Why they do Andrade just
Yeah, they did
Andrade?"
it to Apollo. Yep, they did it to Apollo. They've done it to a lot of people on the
I know
WWE.
we don't talk about him enough anymore because he's no longer there, but Colin Cassidy.
Neville,
It just went
another
from
one.
that to Big Cass, Adrian Neville,
Yeah, they
Big
just
Cass,
they pulled their names out and they changed them, and they'll
Enzo
probably change it
Amore.
again. Just WWE being WWE, I don't get the name change. I don't get it either. I just loved how
But a
the
lot of people, a lot of people said they wish they would went the other way if they're going to do it. Just have it either be San Almas, not Andrade.
right, yeah, just on yeah, I get that. It's probably because we just say Andrade all the time instead of the full name. They
It's
changed
weird because
Elias.
you keep.
Yep, Elias. They changed Rusev. Yep, yeah, that's
I
another
mean,
one.
it's
Yeah, Elias.
weird. Yeah, it's weird because we got so used to you get so used to that name, and then all of a sudden you kept waiting for the announcer to say the one other
Cesaro.
match,
Yep, that's another one.
Andrade.
Yeah, yeah. And then the list goes on names that they've changed on people. That's absolutely right. Forgot about Cesaro. It's been so long. He's had that name
Yeah,
for so long.
Antonio. Daniel Bryan should forget. Should
Excuse
feel
me.
lucky.
Now, this match itself was just wow. And I know a lot of people are like, please don't change your show name to Tables. No, we will not do that. I know a lot of people are like,
No, we're changing to Get.
why is
Welcome
this
to Get
why is this
Podcast.
match not, main eventing? Why is it
It technically was.
all this stuff, why is it this and that? But hey, I think it was put in the spot because it was given the amount of, the right amount of time. It wasn't rushed. They had the freedom to do whatever they want, however long they wanted to
Yeah.
go for. It seemed like back and
Holy
forth.
shit.
We man, this match was fantastic, and
Yes. And
Andrade
Alex
gets
said it
the
right.
win.
Yeah, Alex had it right on the nail it right on the head because it really did remind you of Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio. Because man, this match was so freaking good though.
It
And it
was really good.
reminded me it even reminded me of like man, this is what I remember back how they used to do it in WCW Cruiserweight Division. That's what it reminded me of that. How they weren't going too fast. They weren't going to they didn't seem like they were forcing spots, you know?
Right.
The spots didn't seem forced. Like, oh, we got to hit our moves. Throw it outside, run outside, do the little diving headbutt or suicide
How
dive a
about that
couple
Canadian
times.
Destroyer though? How about the Hurricane Rana
Yeah.
outside the ring though? That was
Off the
just
freaking, when he jumped off the freaking post, I'm like, dang.
yeah. Their chemistry is off the charts, man. It's
It
just
really is. I
they could
mean,
probably wrestle blindfold. They could do the bird. What is it called? The bird box or whatever the hell they're blindfolded or whatever that shit's called.
I don't watch that show. I
They
don't
could
know.
they could do that. They could wrestle each other blindfolded, and I think they would have a great match together. They just their chemistry
You
is
know
on
what's
point.
cool about this is they pull out, just like what I think made the Cruiserweight division in WWE so good, is that they're not doing the same moves each time they wrestle. They're pulling out different stuff. They're not like I don't remember ever seeing them do something crazy like that. And then when he does kind of rolls on the outside and Ray's still on his freaking back and his shoulders, and I'm just like, wow, what are you guys doing? And it's like, man, this match was so good. I wish I would have went the rest of the show.
Yeah, like I tweeted out, shit, get these two guys an Iron Man match. Fuck it.
Can you imagine that? Holy
I
crap.
think Andrade will get a big push. I hope so, man. I'm not gonna say anything about Andrade because I don't want to jinx any more people. Did that with Finn Balor, and the jinx is over. By the way, everybody, the Finn Balor jinx is over. So don't be giving me shit about Finn Balor anymore because that jinx is over. But Andrade, this guy has a lot of potential. You guys already know this.
I hope
And
he gets
Zelina is another key piece to Andrade as well, because we all know that he has that thick accent, so sometimes it's kind of hard to understand some of the stuff he's saying. So
why not make
obviously
her
Ray
manage
is
other
there.
people? You know, why not let her manager services go like to the women's division too? You know, but let her manage Oscar or something like that.
Oh, I'll
You
give
know,
you shit. It says Babaruski. Yeah, people hate when I you know, praise someone or say they're gonna have a huge year because apparently all since I said something about Balor, I'm not allowed to say anybody's gonna have a huge year anymore. So I'm just gonna keep it, locked down and just say I hope he has a huge 2019 with some titles coming his way. Oh, also, why did they have Andrade talk during that backstage segment? Hey, maybe they want to see how he can do. And he held his own. He did pretty good. Andrade versus Captain Vegan and give the damn belt to Andrade.
you've been waiting a while. There's no way they can do that right now.
That would be a good match, though.
But you know, I'm sorry, Rusev does not need that title. Give it to Andrade in this match. I
Sorry
fuck
for all
it.
the coughing, everybody.
Cien Almas. I'm gonna say Cien Almas. I don't give a shit. Give it to Cien Almas, U.S. title, or Ray. Have them feud for the U.S. title. It's even bigger.
Vince watches this and changes things to be a prick. You know who's been watching this show on a regular, Dave, and he's one of your favorites back in the old TNA days. Don West.
Really?
Yeah, like the
Don
last.
West deals?
Yes, like and it's the legit Don West. I looked it out of the last, I think 3 or 4 episodes we did. He has watched the replay on every single one of them. I'm like,
Wow.
what is up, Don West?
Hey,
Want to come on
yeah,
the
shout
show?
out to Don West.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Don West, you're more than
I want a
welcome.
brown
Do some
bag
deals
special.
on here. We get a good amount of viewers. You can do some Don West specials on here. Let's see. It's all up to if he can do storylines, if he can tell a story. He's basically in, says Babaruski. Mike Drop says, "Get the tables. He'll have a huge year. I hope you just did not jinx us, my friend." Ray doesn't need the U.S. title, Dave. I think he meant Andrade.
You can test the U.S. title, have it on Ray and have Andrade win, see it almost win it, or have it vice versa. You know, have them both like feud for the title, because that way you give Andrade a title.
Hashtag I Don West. I met Don West at a TNA show. Guy is a riot. Never met the guy. Don't follow the guy. I don't think we follow him on the Get the Tables like, Twitter account either. And I just like one day I was looking at the replays and saw Don West on there. It's like, what the fuck? Really? That's interesting. Huh, cool. Um, so we already talked about the Naomi and Mandy segment pretty much. Let's go. Oh my god. Has anybody seen the Miz? Because I think he's missing. Because this isn't the Miz that I've seen in the WWE the last couple of years. The Don West who cut a promo on Mike Tenay, that's him, Bob Ruski. I need to put Miz on the milk carton because this is not the Miz that I remember. I don't remember the Miz kissing Shane McMahon's ass. I don't remember this type of Miz character ever. I know it's going to eventually lead into a heel turn by the Miz, but I hate this. I hate this so much, what we're getting right now. What did you think about the big Shane O'Mac birthday celebration, Dave?
I didn't care about it. I mean, it was pointless. I was like, we're getting this for the next 20 minutes. I mean, really? This is like how you're going to end the show? To me, it was a pointless segment. I don't understand why we needed it. I mean, because, yes, I get it. Happy birthday, Shane McMahon. It's your birthday. We get it. So we got to make it this big deal and then have a 5-minute match with Sheamus and The Miz. I mean, if you want to do that, fine. But why not give that whole, almost the entire segment to them? I mean, not that whole stupid little birthday bash. They could have done it backstage. They could have done. They did lots of stuff backstage anyway. Why not have Miz having this big party celebration backstage for Shane, and then you set up a match with Sheamus and The Miz?
Oh my god! Bob Ruski says MJF stole all the Miz's heel promos and uses it in AEW. Did you see that promo? Speaking of MJF, that he did, or I don't even know what to call it a promo, but that little segment he did on, I think it was the Elite, where Cody introduces him to the Young Bucks and Hangman, and he calls them slap dicks. Oh my god, I laughed so hard at that. I can see why people like MJF. You need to check it out, Dave. I was rolling at that. That was hilarious because like Cody Rhodes walks away, and you gotta see it, Dave. This birthday celebration was like 15 minutes long, maybe even 20.
It started like at 9:35.
They scrapped Sonya Deville versus Carmella. Slap dick spot monkeys. That's what he called them. That was fucking funny, dude. I was laughing hard at that. Cody introduced him as his protege. Yeah. You know who MJF is, right, Dave?
Yes, sir.
He does seem to have.
Is that All In?
Yeah, I remember him. But I haven't really heard him on a mic. He seems to have it all. From the wrestling aspect and the talking aspect.
Well, he was on MLW. I don't know if he still is, but I know he was.
But he seems to. I know Red Sox are high on him. I know Bob Ruski is. Truth and Loyalty said, "Let's be nice. Miz is having daddy issues." MLW and AEW gonna have a partnership, says Red Sox fan.
I hope they better throw Impact in there. That's a
huge partnership right there, man.
They better put Impact on that partnership with MLW.
Maybe we missed a coffin match for the Miz. He's buried. Oh my god, that's funny. That's funny. Andrade versus Ray should have been the main event. But see, if we would have been the main event, we may not have gotten it as much time in the match that we got.
Because they did go pretty. They went almost 20 minutes, if not longer.
Yeah, it was a long match between those two.
But it started like really at 9 o'clock, and it didn't end until almost 9:30, and then they went straight to the Shane McMahon stuff. So really, if you think about it, you had the opening match. I'm not going to count the Asuka one as a match. You had that. And then you had this match, I think. And then that little mini match at the end, what do you want to call that? So that's really only 3 matches on SmackDown, unless I'm missing something.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Am
I missing a match? Because I only remember the opening match at Becky and Peyton. I'm not going to count the other one as a match. It was like 30 seconds long.
You're not missing nothing. You're not missing anything. Like I said, SmackDown tonight
it dragged.
Was not that great. It was not that great.
3 matches in a 2-hour show. I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah, one great match cannot make SmackDown as a total be good. It
No, I
wasn't that,
can't.
it wasn't that great. Raw in general to me,
Yeah.
yes, it had its down parts, but the most of it was pretty damn entertaining.
I mean, you could even say, if you want to go that route, Ronda and Sasha Banks match probably really wasn't that bad of a match itself. It's just the promo afterwards was really bad.
Yeah, the promo was bad. We need more
Yeah,
ring time of matches. Period. Yeah, absolutely.
yeah,
I
but
think
it's
it's
hard when you
good.
got 2 hour segments,
I
so
think it
or
was
2 hour
honestly
show.
good that they didn't have that Carmella and Sonya match because the match probably would have went like 2 minutes, and people would
Yeah,
have been
then
like,
they
"What the
did
hell
that
was
thing
that?"
with Joe that Joe match never happened, so that would have been the third match. Yeah.
So might as well just maybe save it for next week possibly. But yeah, it was just yeah, and the Samoa Joe match didn't happen either. So basically, we really only had four matches. Two of them happened in the first 20 minutes of the show
So
between Becky
205
and
Live probably stole the show tonight. They're going to be out killing it right now.
yeah. I wonder how
Allegedly.
205 Live was.
I'm glad it's finally not going to be like a 30-minute show anymore. So I'm looking forward to checking it out.
Yeah, it's after SmackDown Live now, so it's on after SmackDown Live. So there you go. Do you guys think AEW will sign AJ? They're gonna go very hard at him. I could tell you that. Um, I think
Will
if
Vince even let
AJ,
him leave, though? I mean, I think he's going to offer him money to stay.
yeah, but again, AEW is owned by a guy who has just as much or more money than Vince McMahon, and they could offer him more money and
Yeah,
and
but does
and the
AJ
same.
want to go through this again, though? Where he went to a place like a TNA and helped it build all the way up, and then to go to another company that's starting out trying to build its way up, or just stay where he's at. He's getting money. He's doing good. He gets to be home, but I don't know. I just don't know if AJ would leave right now because it seems like he's happy in the WWE.
That's true. I mean, well, money talks, so they could offer him an unbelievable deal. And like I said, he hasn't signed. He
Yeah,
hasn't resigned yet. So
I mean, maybe they'll offer him. Like, can he still talk to people if he's still under contract right now? Though I don't think he can. Can you?
yeah, AJ wants a lesser schedule. I'm not sure how he wants on money, but he does want a lesser schedule. So
And
yeah, I'm
heck,
sure either
AEW
promote.
right now.
But if
If
you
they
if
do, go
but
ahead.
here's if I'm AEW, you want to make a big splash. Do you want to
Yeah.
make a big splash giving all this money to AJ where technically he doesn't want to perform a lot? Like I was about to say, Red Sox fan said the same thing in the chat. That's crazy. Kind of read my mind. To me, AEW doesn't really need AJ Styles.
He would help.
Yeah, but he would help, but not to the extent.
To me, the WE doesn't need AJ Styles. AEW would really help them out and get another big name.
If I was AEW, I'd be more worried about Omega than AJ Styles.
Oh, I'm not saying you're not, but you could, with all this money this guy has, he could take them both if you wanted them.
Yeah, but see,
I
the
mean,
thing is, Styles doesn't want to work a lot of dates.
he wouldn't have to. I mean,
So
look,
to
they don't even
me,
got a
I feel
TV
like
deal
they
yet.
would be they would be wasting money on Styles, where they could be using that money on someone else.
I mean,
So
I don't know if it's waste. Look, I don't think AJ is going to leave, but I'm saying, say hypothetically, and he did leave. I mean, they don't even get a TV deal yet. So AJ Styles could leave and go work the May show. I don't know if he could work the May show. I don't know how that would work out, but say he could. And then he could work the All In show whenever in September. There would only be 2 days he'd have to work for them, and that's it. If he
yeah,
gets
I
paid that
agree
kind of
with
big
my
money,
Red Sox fan. The AJ WWE needs AJ.
I
I
don't
think
think they do.
I
I
don't
don't
know,
think
man.
if AJ
I'm
leaves,
sure
it's just going to
AJ
be
is a
next
good
man up.
is a good merchandise seller. I bet he sells some merch,
Okay.
dude.
Yeah,
So
but that's not saying they need. So does John Cena.
AJ's only the top guy they have full time. AJ wants to retire soon, so why make a move to AEW when they're gonna
Why?
work you
Why
for the
not
next
look?
10 years?
That's not true. You don't know if they're going to work in the next 10 years. Drink hard to the bone. Look at you. Think Jericho's going to be worked hard for the next 5 or 6 years?
We don't
No.
know because this is a beginning company. They need to do whatever they can the first couple of months that they're in existence to get fans to watch their show.
And yeah, to get people to tune in. And if you, I'm not saying AJ's going there. I don't think he will. I'm saying a guy like AJ, a guy like Nakamura, if those guys end up showing up, it would be good for business for AEW.
I don't know. We'll see. AEW is closer to home for AJ. Okay, that's true. Roman left a big hole. AJ's filling it. What's the deal with the women tag teams belts? Other than that, they just announced them in that elimination chamber. Three women from the Raw side, three women from SmackDown side, tag teams. That is, will
Yeah,
be
can you imagine if they
performing
did
at the
so?
elimination
Oh,
chamber.
sorry. Can you imagine if they had some kind of deal similar to what Impact did, where they have Florida, where they have like TV tapings in like a Florida place somewhere in Florida, and AJ's or AJ's from no, he's not from Florida, is it? He's from Gainesville, Georgia. My bad.
Yeah, agree on the merch, but give a new superstar a popping entrance theme, and they'll hook the crowd. Yeah, you're probably you could be right on that. We don't know what they're gonna do. AEW has a lot of decisions to make. The big decision to make is comes at the end of the month with Omega, and see where he ends up signing. I don't think he'll be going
He's
to the
going to
WWE.
AEW.
More than likely going to
AEW.
go to AEW. So we'll find out in the next couple of weeks because end of the month is very very short.
Hell, we talked about a possible match like, oh, we could see WWE could be Omega versus AJ Styles in WWE. What if the match
You
were
can
to
see it in
happen in
AEW.
AEW? Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
they could do it there.
absolutely. That could happen. We just got to wait and see. AJ couldn't benefit from a 2 year deal. Could benefit from a 2 year deal, says Red
He could
Sox.
benefit from a year deal if he wanted to. I mean,
It just all depends on how much money AEW is willing to spend on AJ because it's going to be a bidding war. WWE doesn't want to just let him walk out the door. They're going to probably try to
no,
keep
because well, yeah, he's already been made even a bigger star. I get that. And that's the same reason they did. Let's be real. That's the same reason they really wanted to make sure they re-signed Daniel Bryan, because if not, he was going to leave and go to. There was rumors that he couldn't even have been at All In if they or he wanted to be. If he couldn't have been, I guess, but he
yeah.
would have been a part of this talk right here. We're talking about Daniel Bryan in AEW right now because he was going to leave and wrestle somewhere else.
And Red Sox fan says, plus, what else is there to do with AJ in the WWE? Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
really, there's nothing. I mean, he's already been a WWE champion for a year. He's just going to
Nakamura
flounder
last
now,
match at the
probably.
Rumble, probably. I'm gonna assume so. But we're gonna have to wait and see what happens with all those guys. That contracts are coming up very soon. It's gonna be very interesting. Come
Yeah, I was surprised
February
to hear
1st.
people talk about AJ Styles possibly leaving because it was like I figured AJ Styles was a sure thing never to go. He's just gonna lock up and stay, but maybe not.
Yeah, it's gonna be very very interesting. AJ on his own going to fill seats enough for a massive pay packet at AEW. Tony, what about giving AJ a serious faction to lead, less work and a way to push new talent? We've been wanting that for since he's been in. It's gonna be very. I would love that to have him. Kind of teased it a little bit with the club, and it didn't really go anywhere. Does
Have
AEW
AJ
have
someday.
that big of a yes? AEW right now has a pretty big fan base because they want to see another company succeed, other than the WWE, and it has a lot of their favorites in the company as well.
Yeah,
And
and that's why we've seen. I think that's why we're seeing the stuff we're seeing this week from WWE. A little edgier storyline and little risque stuff that they're doing with the girls, and they're trying to do stuff different.
the
And try to
rally,
say,
that
"Hey,
rally
don't
crowd.
leave."
How many people were at that rally? Didn't know.
Not me.
You but yeah, we're gonna start wrapping up the show. We've been going on for 2 hours already, so we
Wow.
need to. Yeah, this. I didn't know we went that long, but
Hey, we got to talk about Saturday. We got to talk about this Lucha Underground thing.
oh, Lucha Underground. Yes, Red Sox fan brought it up in the chat. I want to read up a little bit more on it before I just start talking about it. I kind of got the gist of it, but I want to read up a little bit more. I saw
Eva
Papa Risky
Lise, yeah,
tweet about
Eva
it as
Lise put
well.
out a statement, that she's being held hostage legally, that she can't leave. She
Yeah,
can't go work nowhere.
yeah,
So,
because
yeah,
there's
go.
no there's no announcement on when season 5 is gonna be, and they're kind of
And
just
she was
there.
told if she worked season 4 that they would let her go after
Yes,
season 4.
I
And
saw
they
that
lied to
Rush.
her.
I saw Rush signed with ROH today. The announcement was
Leo
made.
Rush?
So, yeah, no, the international superstar Rush that
Oh, never heard of him.
um Red Sox fan was talking about the other day. Rush
Oh,
signing with ROH. Yep, Strickland as
oh.
well as a free agent. I saw he announced
Yeah, I
that on
see
Twitter.
that.
So
Yep.
yeah, it's gonna be. Thanks, new Tony and Real Dave for tonight. Well, thank you, Kenobi, for dropping in. Appreciate that. Thank you for everybody. Thank you for the moderators, Bob Aruski, Jody Mania, Red Sox fan. Thank you all those guys that are moderating, Jeffrey Cross for the Super Hearts and the moderator as well. Quick, who does Scarlett choose as her talent search this week?
I have no fucking clue. I don't care. As long as she's wearing what she wore last week, I'm good. Hey, I'll
um,
tell you what. It's easier.
Killer
It's
Cross.
that segment was hard to watch when you're sitting next to somebody. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I'm gonna go watch this on my phone now.
Yeah.
Because it's just weird when you're sitting there with your significant other or something, and it's like, okay, a strip show up next.
Yeah. A lot of guys are attached to that contract. Yes. Excuse.
I guess that's what
Oh
people were saying. Those things, Lucha Underground is like a freaking.
man, y'all were quick on that, guys. Scallop didn't stand a chance. Red Sox and Bob Ruski, got them real quick. That was great. No one gonna want to work in Lucha Underground now. Yep.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
they're holding people hostage there. It's pretty sad,
Treating their wrestlers like shit, basically.
and they
That's
don't
just
even know
horrible.
if they got a like hot season 5 coming or 6 or whatever it is.
Yeah, it's
But
just
I
a bad
mean,
situation over at Lucha Underground, who has some pretty promising hopes at the beginning. So we'll touch on them Saturday as well.
good for Pentagon and Phoenix to be able to get out there and work some other places.
Yeah, well, let's hope they can.
Yeah. Well,
Also,
they're already working other places anyway. They work MLW. They work
right, right.
Impact.
Yeah, so they got it good at the moment, and then obviously what Red Sox was saying, I don't know if it's true or not, or it's been announced um, that
What?
MLW is supposed to be collabing with AEW.
Hey, if
So
MLW can work with AEW, so can Impact. I mean, come on, guys, get together.
yeah, speaking of Impact, don't forget to
Hashtag
watch
save Impact.
Impact on Twitch on Friday. I know a lot of us were watching it on Friday. It was pretty entertaining to be there in the Twitch chat room and watching Impact. It was fun. So don't forget Impact on Friday. We'll be covering it on its Saturday night show.
I guess their Twitch or their Pursuit numbers didn't do that great because they're not even being released.
Oh
They were so
Jesus!
low on Pursuit, but they're good on because they didn't even make the top 150
Oh my God!
rating. So I guess Impact either has them or they won't release them.
Wow,
But is it to be expected? So I mean, they did like 10K on the Twitch. So I mean, hey,
that's
that's
not
better than
good though.
nothing.
They're on contracts, but only get paid when they tape, not after. What's the contract for yet? What's the word on Lars? No word on Lars. We haven't heard shit on Lars yet, so I'm sure by Saturday we will hear more about Lars because Saturday is our show where we go over all the rumors going around and touch on all that on Saturday night. So, SmackDown
I
to
look
me
forward to
was a
Friday.
one.
It
Other than
wasn't
the
that good.
great match between Almas and Mysterio, I would give it a one.
Yeah, I was really disappointed that we didn't get a Nikki Cross and Sandy
Thank you, Vodka.
reunion. You know what I
Appreciate
mean?
that.
We did see Nikki Cross for a minute when Ray was backstage, but I mean, they could have really done something with Nikki Cross and Sanity.
Yeah,
Like,
they got
just,
Lacey Evans backstage, and we got
you know,
EC3 again. Horrible. This time, I'm not going to forget to do the shout outs because Saturday night I forgot to do the shout outs and it was horrible. So I'm going to do it right now. Thank you again, Jeffrey Cross, Red Sox fan, Will Miller, Alice, Truth and Loyalty, Kevin Peckenrod, Baba Ruski, Adam Awesome, Dave from New Jersey, Chris, Gary, Angel, Vodka, Debbie. Thank you all you for the wonderful interaction tonight. If you're new to the show, I know we saw a lot of new names in the chat room tonight. I hope you hit that follow button so we can see you again on Saturday. We'll be back again next week as well on Tuesday, recapping Raw and SmackDown Live. Also, we got our Royal Rumble show coming up soon and NXT Takeover, so we'll be live. It's going to be a
that's gonna be
busy
a busy
couple of
weekend.
weeks for us, so we
Hey,
hope
well,
to
at
see
least we
you
get a
guys.
couple weekends off now.
That's true.
You
Braun
know,
can pick up a limo but not compete at the Rumble. Yep. Crazy WWE booking. Absolutely. Also, I'm going to a WWE live event on Friday. Looking forward to it. So I'll probably
you
be,
can watch Lashley defend his title
yeah,
possibly.
that's right. Well, yeah, because the rumored match was supposed to be Ambrose and Rollins.
So now
That's
you're
what
probably gonna get a triple threat match at the same match you just seen.
yeah, so yeah, there you go. I get to see Leo Rush. Yeah, next week are the go home shows. So next week we'll be doing our
Next
prediction
week,
show.
really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Dang! Wow,
No, no,
that's
no,
crazy.
no, 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 not next week. 2 weeks from now. No,
I was gonna
actually, yeah,
say.
next week. Yeah, next week. He's right. Nope. Next week. Yeah, it's a throwaway show. Yes, most live events are throwaway shows, especially when it's a week before the Royal Rumble. But I got
Yeah.
good seats thanks to the wife. So yeah, I won't be watching Impact on Twitch on Friday. I'm gonna have to figure out a way to because
I don't
I
know
don't
how you
think
can watch it then. I don't know because they're not
I might have
releasing it any other way.
I might have to
When you go to
subscribe to
Justin's
them.
house and watch it.
I might have to subscribe to them so I can
Are they even giving away a replay on there? I don't know if they are or not.
I'm gonna have to look it up because I want to. I don't have the pursuit, so the only way I could see it is if I subscribe and maybe they have the library where I can rewatch it. Does anybody know, Bobaruski? Do you know by chance?
I've looked on there. I haven't seen like the matches on there, the show replayed, but maybe it is. I don't know.
Um, BJ, I'm going to Periscope, but not from this Periscope channel. I'm gonna do it from the other one or get the tables one. So follow us at that one. It's our Twitter account. It's just on Periscope.
What
You can
time's
follow
your
us there.
thing?
It's like at 7. So and maybe by the time I get back, maybe Impact will
Eight,
be on.
nine, maybe it'll be 2 hours, maybe 3 hours. Yeah, it comes on at 10 East. So what is it? You 9:30?
Yeah, it comes on at 9 here, so I might be able to watch it depending on when the live event ends. We'll see. Yes, exactly, Red Sox fan. I don't watch Impact. It is on Twitch, but the thing is
Oh, the
on
replay
Twitch.
is.
No, he's saying I thought it was on Twitch. No, it is on Twitch, but the thing on Twitch is we're
The
not sure if they
replays.
show replays or not. Thank you so
I
much for the
haven't
wrestling
noticed any.
updates. Well, thank you, Super Seven Seven
And I've
Seven
I
Seven.
I've been looking for other thing online too. I haven't seen no other way unless you go to that watchwrestling.com to watch it. But I haven't seen nothing else about how to really like watch it again. I'm sitting there in their Twitch channel a few times this week, thinking like, man, why aren't they
What's up,
replaying
Blitz?
it like during Raw or something, or doing something in prime time?
It's a Raw one DX because Ronda Rousey's supposed to be there, Ambrose and Rollins and all them are supposed to be there. So
See, to me, if
it's
I had a
Raw.
choice right now, but me personally, I know you like Raw guy. I would. To me, there's no one on Raw that interests me. I'd really go see a SmackDown house show.
Hey, I didn't get the
You know?
tickets, so
No,
I'm
I'm
just
just.
gonna
I
go.
know. I'm not.
Christmas gift.
No. Nothing against that. I know you like Rollins. You like a lot of those guys too, and you might have picked the Raw show anyway. But I'm saying right now, for me, if I had took the two shows, I would just say
What's
like
up, England
SmackDown
JT?
has the better roster in my opinion right
At the house shows, they have their pay per view matches. It's like practice for them. That is true.
now.
Eddie
Yeah.
Guerrero's daughter is now on Lucha Underground.
Yep. I seen that.
It's not this Periscope, BJ. It's just go on our Twitter account. Let's go on Periscope. Search "Get the Tables." Uh, the name on the Twitter that we have on our like the Twitter handle, "Get the Tables" right there, and it'll pop up. It's not this one. It's the other one that we have. It's also in my followers. If you just go to see who I'm following, you'll see it down there as well.
She's got a
Maybe
really cool promo on about her family, and all that.
he just loves WWE. Dave, leave him alone. Says Red Sox fan. Hey, when the wife gets you a gift for that for Christmas, you're not gonna say tear him up or give him back. You're gonna go.
No, it's a wrestling ticket.
Good
I get that,
seats.
and I would go too.
I'm
But
gonna
I'm just
take it.
saying. Yeah, I'm just saying. For me, I would if I'm going to pick a show to go to. Right now, if I look at the rosters, because I don't care for Raw that much right now. I don't even watch it live anymore.
Oh yeah, SmackDown Live. Yeah, I
it
would
has
probably
the better
pick
roster.
SmackDown Live over it probably as well. We appreciate everything you do. Each appreciate that. Thank you guys. We do bust our ass on here. We try to come. We come live every Tuesday night. We've been on live on a consistent basis.
Hey, and that's going to change pretty soon too.
Yep.
Not pretty soon, but down the road.
He hits it both. No, Red Sox fans just trolling you, dude. We're very interested in seeing AEW and seeing where it goes. Are you guys going to WrestleMania 35 now? I went to WrestleMania 34,
And 30.
and 30, and 28, and 27.
27.
But I'm not
26,
going. I'm not going to.
25.
No, but I'm not going to
WrestleMania
WrestleMania 35. I wish, but it's kind of a far distance away from where I am. Last year was a little bit easier because it was in New
Man,
Orleans.
how cool would the Rumble be to go to right now? I mean, that sounds really cool in a baseball stadium. It really does.
Yeah,
I mean, would they ever do like how many seats does that hold? Do they do
like 70, 80,000, I'm assuming, but they won't fill that up.
Could they do a WrestleMania like at one of these baseball stadiums? Have
Oh,
them done
absolutely.
baseball stadium?
Absolutely. No, they haven't, I don't believe.
I know they
Yeah,
did. Silverdome was the largest indoor crowd before the Cowboys Stadium, but I mean, man, that'd be
WrestleMania
so cool.
36 is going back to Orlando. Yeah, I read that they're going back to Florida for
Again,
WrestleMania 36. Yeah.
how many damn WrestleManias have been in Florida? Jeez.
Numerous, and it's not going to end anytime soon. I'm gonna go to try to. I'm going to try to go to Elimination Chamber because it's in my hometown of Houston. Well, hey, I live in San Antonio, man. If you can't go to Elimination Chamber, go to it. I wouldn't.
Are you gonna go, Tony?
No, no.
You don't want to go to the
It's in
Target
Houston. I'm
Center?
not gonna drive 3 hours to. No. And we got a show that night, my friend. I'm not gonna miss the show. Watch it here from home, and then press. Do the review afterwards.
Yeah, there's no line in the bathroom.
Red Sox fans said it's 40,000 at the Diamondback Stadium. Chase Field has a hot tub in center field. WWE needs to use it. Wouldn't that be something? But all right, guys, we're gonna wrap it up. We've been on for 2 hours now, a little bit over 2 hours. I already gave the shout out, so again, thank you guys so damn very much. We wouldn't be able to do this show without you guys. You guys are our rock to our show, and we appreciate you. Yep, it's just on
Yep.
I-10. Yeah, absolutely. It's just not worth
You
it,
are the
guys.
sock to our rock.
Yeah, there we go. The sock and the rock and sock connection, man. Funny stuff. So, again, thank you guys so much. You guys are awesome. 37 might be in New Orleans. Shit, they get heavy in the bidding for it. If it's in New Orleans, if WrestleMania is in New Orleans again, I'll probably go to it because I can drive there and it's not a very long flight either. Cheap flight. So, it'd be nice, but we'll see. I don't know if it'll be there in the next 2 years or so, but shit, who knows? But
Sometimes they'll do Canada again.
I think it's because it's just more expensive. Maybe that's what I don't know. Who knows? Any last thoughts, Dave, before we roll out? And we're back again on Saturday night. Everybody, Saturday night.
I'll be there Friday night watching Impact, so come check it out. Be on Twitter. I don't know who will be watching it, but I know I will be. I know this is an Impact chat line or kind of group, but I'll be there watching for sure. Some good
Thanks,
matches
guys, for the
this
entertainment.
week too. So
Oh, it's Arvo. I know who it is, buddy. Well, I know you're from. Thank you for coming in all the way from Australia. That was probably the worst accent ever, but we do appreciate you come. If WrestleMania can be in the Alamo Dome, a man can only wish it would be here in San Antonio, but it's never gonna happen. They only go to like the big cities like Houston, Dallas. Um, they will never come to San Antonio, unfortunately.
is there a
Bless.
place to play in San Antonio?
Yeah, they could do it in the Alamo Dome. The hell's probably just as many as the Superdome, but they won't come here, unfortunately. We
As long
got
as they don't call it the Silver Dome.
Silky is a surprise internet rumble about reported it. Oh god, we'll see. Again, thank you, Speeds and Silky, for the super hearts tonight. Another fellow podcaster here on Periscope. For give them a follow. They're good guys, as well as Doctor Huge. Another entertaining Periscoper as well. Thank you to Lit Mantis, Razy, Dave Rusev, and again Jeffrey Cross for those awesome super hearts. I'm excited, guys. I'm really excited for you guys to see these shirts. I just hope you guys actually enjoy them and at least like them enough to possibly buy them. That's a huge honor for someone to wear another podcaster's shirt to support them like that. So it'd be great if you guys like them enough to purchase one. And Red Sox fan, you better buy one, my friend. You've been a supporter for the show just as long as everybody else in here, Bob Ruski, all these guys. But Red Sox fan, you troll the fuck out of me every single night. So your ass better buy a shirt just for me, tolerating your ass for the last couple of years, you little dick. Let's see what else is in the chat. They're come there when they book HBK. Yeah, there you go. But yeah, thank you again, everybody, for y'all's support. Back again on Saturday night. If there's anything you guys would like us to chat about other than Lucha Underground, AEW Impact, anything else, just throw us a little tweet on the Twitter. If you haven't already, please jump over to our YouTube and give us a follow at Get the Tables. We'd really appreciate that as well. As well on Twitter, we'd really appreciate that. There's our Twitter handles on the on the screen as well. 3 years to be exact. Really? I that's very true. I need one to get with. Yeah, I appreciate that, Jody Mania. Uh, so I got one for the Rumble. You playing the drinking game for Rumble, Dave and Tony. Now we would like to do a show afterwards, so
It's
probably
the
not.
drinking game.
It better not be a WWE related shirt. No, it's gonna be a Get the Tables logo and all that stuff. So Night Bliss, thank you for
Yeah,
popping in,
those
dude.
shitty design. Oh man, you see the
Yeah,
Nikki Cross one they did?
nah, but I saw that Ambrose one. That was horrible.
They did Nikki Cross, and that just looks really bad. And they
Cafe
have no
Buccelli, my
excuse.
friend. I knew it was you. Tony had to change the username. Love to talk wrestling with you guys. Cheers. Thank you, Cafe Buccelli. Thank you for always joining us when we're live. Thank you, everyone. A lot of you guys, I would say all your names, but there's so many people in here. You guys come in here on a regular basis and just chill with us. I mean, it's midnight on the East Coast, and you guys, 2 hours. I mean, you guys, it's just unreal. I don't know how to explain it. Just very, very humbled at the following we've gotten in the last, I would say last year. It's just been an amazing ride, and like I said, I want to bring more content to you and more stuff. And don't forget, everybody, I'm gonna do a giveaway. It's gonna be Royal Rumble related, something around the line where maybe you guys pick a number, and if whoever has that number is the winner of the Royal Rumble, you win. So something around that. Get the tables talk of Temptation Island. Crazy. Excuse me. We have a lot of rules: spear shot, hold wrestler, return, injured wrestler, return. List goes on. Oh, no effects. Please don't die of alcohol poisoning, my friend. We would like to see you pop in on Sunday night of the Royal Rumble. But yeah, we're gonna end tonight's show. Thank you guys so very much. 2 hours just flew by tonight. So again, we'll be back at Saturday, touching on AEW, touching on WWE, touching on Strowman, touching on Lars, touching on Finn Balor, Brock Lesnar, Impact Wrestling, Funko Pop giveaway. Sure, why not? We can do another one. Maybe that'll do that one. I was gonna do a shirt giveaway, but WWE shirt, and I know Red Sox fan wouldn't like that, so maybe I'll do a Funko Pop giveaway next time. Hopefully, everyone got their gifts. I haven't heard from Truth to Loyalty on Twitter yet, but hopefully he'll hit me up. I know Jeffrey Cross and Peck and Rod got theirs, so thank God for that. So let me do my shitty outro. Yeah, Trevor Lee to the WWE as well, so we'll touch on that on Saturday. More on that on Saturday. Jeffrey Cross, Red Sox fan, Blitz, Will Miller, Alice, Truth and Loyalty, Kevin Peckenrod, Jody Mania in England, JT, Adam Awesome, Dave from New Jersey, Chris, Gary, Cold Draft Beer, interesting name, and there's a couple of more. How many? 14 more viewers. I cannot say hello. So if I missed you, no effects. I know I missed you. If I didn't say hello, please say hello in the chat so I can give you a proper shout out.
Hey, a shout out to Tony from San Antonio.
Yeah, and shout out Dave from Michigan. Thank you for joining us again for tonight. Have a safe and rest of your work week or however it is for you guys. I know tomorrow is hump day for a lot of people. It is hump day. So kick
For
its
everybody,
ass
mostly.
and end that week, man, because it's almost Friday, everybody. Almost the weekend. And just hope everybody has a great week. Huge year for Get the Tables. Hashtag thank you, Mike Kenobi. We appreciate your support as well. All right, guys. We're ending it. Thank you guys so much. Guys, have a great night. And we're going to end you guys with some Finn Balor. Thank you very, very much, everybody.
It's like here comes Alexa Bliss.
Have a great night, everyone.